Beyond bent. Janssen! And Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
As far as Stewart, just outside the penalty area, clips it central for David Dunn. David Dunn equalises. It just had to be. Dax corner and it goes. Glad towards goal, and Rovers have taken the lead. And Charlie Mulgrew has scored his 14th of the season.
Hello there, Rovers fans. We're back. Hey, it's another watch along. Hey, look at you watching along with me. It's another Rovers match. It's a Monday Rovers game. Stoke is the opponent, and we are at that point in the season where all of us feel like we got hit by a truck full of emotion. A good old vehicular homicide. Right. So, yeah. So rough stuff. Obviously, Rovers lost what I would amount to our worst game of the year in many respects in a 2-1 defeat at Peterborough. Hi, Boo. Look, Boo is even forlorn. Do you hear her? Do you hear her melancholy cries for the playoffs? They're slipping away. We've got 4 games left. You know what we got to do in those 4 games? Basically win them all. Win 3 or 4 minimum, but probably win them all. And also, see, it's not just win them all and you're in. It's also cross your fingers that Sheffield United and maybe Luton, but likely Sheffield United is really the only team we might be able to really catch/beat. They got us on 2 points. They got us on 2 goals. Games are even. So I don't know. We're not in the playoffs anymore. How's everyone feel about that? I can tell you how I feel. Not as good as this cat. Look at this doll. Look at this doll. She doesn't know what soccer is. She doesn't know sports. Must be nice. As you see, I'm rocking my Cleveland Cavaliers jacket. You know why, right? Because the Cavs lost on the same day, Friday, and were bounced from the playoffs after being in second place around the holidays. So if you can see the narratives intertwining and lining up, you know. So yeah, Rovers were second around the holidays. We're outside of the playoffs. Cavs on the same day, basically same thing. Cavs are out for good though. Playoffs have begun. It's done. At the death, we could not win it. So can Rovers be the one? Can I get 50% of the teams I love to get in the playoffs this year? I didn't expect either to be in this position, so I'll be real honest. That's kind of an okay feeling. Either way, I was, as you can see, I did not dye my beard. Do you know why? Because I put as much effort into dyeing my beard as Tony Mowbray has done his tactics for Peterborough. That's why. So, yeah, I feel like if Mowbray's not going to give any effort, why should I? You know, that's where I'm like. Rick Lewis, I was prepared for a much worse place this season. They got my hopes up this year. But it was still a better year than I'd hoped for, even though it's a disappointing end. I think that's the thing, Rick, is the rise. You know, it's like kind of like there's no way I'll ever get this job, you know, kind of thing. Like this would be a dream job. This would be a miracle. This would change my life forever. This one opportunity. And then they're like, and you're like, there's hundreds of people interviewing. They'll never. And then they're like, it's between you and one other guy. And we're leaning you. In fact, you're the leader right now. We think we're going to give the job to you. And you're like, and then at the death, they're like, we're going to pick this other guy. Well, why? Well, your social media posts suck, right? I will Sadie to Cadbury Cream Egg, though, in honor of all of my UK contingency. I assume that the American versions are much worse, just like the American versions of just about anything when it comes to food and beverage. So we'll see. Also, all 3 babysitters for my daughter fell through. So she's in the other room. I strapped her down with some ratcheting straps. So I don't think she can move. And then I also gave her a tube of food so that she can just be passively nourished for the next little bit of time. Then I'll put her down for her nap. So we'll see. Her mom's upstairs working, but her job pays. So, you know, I should be the one to go get her. So we'll see. So there's that looming over all this. is a daughter. Andrew, I know who you are. You don't need to introduce yourself as, hey, I'm the spaghetti man. Andrew, I love you, and I really appreciate the spaghetti years. I was going to get into that and talk about our beautiful community effort that got all those swear words together in a row. And I definitely want to clip that and put that up there and share it with all of you because it is incredible. So, yes, I know you, spaghetti man. Solenia, the pickle man. He crawls out of the bowls of cold soup and steals the dreams of wasteful children. They call him Solenia. Hi, I'm the spaghetti man. If we lose this game, my one word to describe the performance will be spaghetti again. Good. I like the consistency. At least you're consistent. Rick Lewis, I used to love those creme eggs. Creme eggs. So disgustingly good. You also need some Peeps. I know Peeps is just pure sugar, though. Is it not? Are Peeps not just pure sugar? This is mostly sugar. You see the difference? And I would always prefer a cream egg over a Peep. Everybody here eat a cream egg for Easter, even if you're not religious? Do you just eat these in April because they're everywhere? I would love to know. Arnaud, my friend, what's up, bro? Don't worry. Team Torontos are doing everything they can to keep us in the run. I know in the contributors chat on Twitter, Hayes was like, we just sit back and climb the table. This is great. Cross our fingers. We don't need to play. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe if we just stop playing altogether, we'll make the playoffs. I feel like we have a better shot at making the playoffs by just not playing than by going out there with what we've been doing. Teo Aiden. I'm not going to pick on that young man. He's a young dude. I don't know the details of his life or anything. All I know is, did Tony plan to sub him off at halftime? I mean, the guy hasn't played meaningful minutes in 3 months. And what, were you going to play him 90? I don't think so. But so my point is, if you're not going to play Teo Aiden 90 minutes, and you're probably not going to play him the full match, and you know that because he hasn't played a full match in 3 months, then you were going to sub him off. You were only going to give him a set amount of time, and you were going to sub him off. Why not do that for Bradley Dack then? Why can't it be the same thing? Why can't he start the game when there's less pressure and he can get into the rhythm and dictate the game instead of coming in and feeling pressured to perform and do something? And subbing in with 10 men kind of nullifies Bradley Dack off the bench, does it not? You know what I'm saying? And that's the risk you run by subbing him instead of starting him, is that type of stuff. So it was god-awful. I'm going to sad eat this cream egg. And we'll go from there, I guess. That's where I'm at today. I'm at the no F's given. I'm wearing a Cleveland jacket. My beard ain't dyed. My daughter's in the other room. I'm not going to lie. Her health and safety, far more important than this watch-along. I love you all. I love this watch-along, but it is a distant second behind my family. Very distant. But everything else is also very distant. I'll tell you this, watch-along. You're at the same level, all of you, as some of my other family. So that's good. You know, the more dysfunctional ones that I don't talk to or anything. Ritesh, good to have you and your friend. Yes, Rick. Overall, it's a step up from last season. At least finish the top 10. Yeah, I think, you know, I was telling my buddy this too, because I think it's interesting. If we didn't go on that insanely hot run and we just took those wins and took 4 of them and swapped them with 4 losses from the last 2 months, do you know what I'm saying? We would have been kind of right near the playoffs all year, kind of bouncing around that 7-8 spot. And I think right now would be far less painful if you just take 4 of those wins and put them in February instead of December or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? I think that we would not be as sad as we are now. Obviously, I think that's kind of obvious, but I think it's interesting. It's an interesting, you know, concept to ponder is, you know, the expectations that we all had. And was that like groupthink? Was that fervor? Were we blind to some underlying metrics? It's fascinating stuff. Scott Taylor. Hey, Jared, Burnley colors today. Are you leaving? Are these Burnley colors? Ugh. No, man, look at this. Scott Taylor. I couldn't be rocking my Cleveland gear any harder. Fuck the Dingles. Does that answer your question? For the honor, Judge. Fuck the Dingles, Your Honor. How's that? Am I innocent now? Rick Lewis, I'm wearing my Christopher Samba kits from when we were in the Prem to will us back there. I loved Samba. Still love him. He plays, he coaches the youth now for us. I love. +3 Rovers, please. Playoff. Fabian Morales. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, amigo? Nosotros bebemos cervezas. Más la fin de semana. Got this egg, though. So we'll see, man. Get your score predictions in. We're about to talk about the lineups here in a few minutes, but score predictions, unless you want to hear the lineups first, that probably makes more sense. Scott Taylor, I know Jordan Rhodes pushing us up to 7 with his goal. Cracking finish too. Come on, we got 6. We can get 6. Keep the faith. Thanks, Scott Taylor. That's cool if you say. Yes. I think that it's just, I hate when it's in the hands of others. Like, it's not enough for us to win. We need other teams to lose, and I hate that. I hate that as a concept as a fan. I'm finally going to take a bite of this egg. I've just been talking a lot. Does that look the same? It's not creamy anymore. Oh, I guess it's kind of creamy. This is getting very creepy. Not creamy, but creepy. Yeah, this is supposed to be like creamier. Look at that. That ain't cream. I remember it being goopier. Am I crazy? Were cream eggs goopier? Have we lost the goop? Rovers have lost the plot. Has Cadbury lost the goop, or is it American Cadbury? Rick Lewis, as American, how'd you come to support Rovers originally? We have time to talk about this today. It's actually been a few watch-alongs since I've spun the yarn. And I think it's a fair time to do it as I get these lineups queued up for us as well. I will tell you this. I was in the United States Marine Corps, and I was in Baltimore, actually at an Army installation. And we were a very small Marine Corps, we were a very small detachment on an Army base. So there weren't a lot of Marines. This was not a Marine Corps base. There was like, I don't know, 80 of us. And we're all down in formation in the room, the main room downstairs. And our corporal walks in, and we're all sitting there at parade rest. He's like, I need volunteers. And that's what the Marine Corps does. They just say, I need volunteers. And you never know what you're volunteering for. They just want to see who's dumb enough to raise their hand like this, like slow, like that, like, oh, am I the only one doing this right now? So anyway, people start raising their hands, dumb people. And then this girl who I had a huge crush on, starts raising her hand. And I was like, oh, I'll go too. I'll go, Corporal. And I just wanted to spend some time with her, whatever. It's a crush. That's what you do. It ended up being security detail for a friendly versus Blackburn Rovers and DC United, which is bonkers. In the middle of summer. No, it was not during the season. It was July. A hot, sweltering July day in DC at the old RFK Stadium, which was a pit of a stadium. I promise you, a dinge hole. And there was nobody there, because who would be there all the way back then? It was a long time ago, 20 years. 20 years this year. Boo. Anyway, so there was nothing to secure, man. So I just got to stand on the sideline. That's where they put me. And I was only a few feet down from Rovers, and the game blew my mind. It was a friendly, and it still blew my mind. Like, because I'd always slagged off soccer. My stepbrother played. We always made fun of him. I was a typical, like, American teenage boy back in the 90s where, like, soccer, And then I watched that game, and it was very transformative. It really was. Like, the pace, the skill, the physicality, the size of the players. Ryan Nelson, Rovers legend, and Kiwi, was playing for DC United. That's where Rovers first really got a good look at the dude. And we signed him that year, So it was like, it was Ryan Nelson's introduction to Rovers. And, he was a rock for us for so many matches. So, it was a wonderful game. I got to see some great Rovers players. And it just I was like, oh, and the jerseys were so gorgeous and classy, that blue and white. And so it was really hard to look stuff up back then, but I still managed to figure out enough. And I just started to realize that Blackburn was just like where I grew up. Hardcore, hard-nosed, blue collar, steel town, off the backs of working class Americans, kind of run down now, not posh, not a place people want to go, but a place with decent human beings, and kind of with bigger cities near it that take the limelight. right? So it reminded me so much of my city. And so I had an instant connection that way. And that was it, man. And then, it's just kind of like dating, where like the first 2-3 dates, you're like, wow, there's a lot here. This feels great. So you just explore it one date at a time. And then eventually you're in love. And then eventually you're married. And eventually you have a child who you lock in the other room so you could do a watch along. Right. And that's where we're at. That's how I found Rovers. That's how I fell in love with Rovers, fell in love with the game. And the English game and the English leagues are so different in so many ways, philosophically, from a community standpoint, just everything than American leagues. And so I like that, since I like all sports, I really do. I just love sports and competition, and I like weird setups and weird rules and ingenuity. Like the Swiss model, I think is such like a, great model for stuff. So, it's like I can appreciate all that. And since it was such a departure from American sports, it was even easier to like it, as something unique. Like the first time you hear jazz, or the first time you hear Led Zeppelin, or the first time you hear, like back in the day, like System of a Down. The first time you heard System of a Down, you were like, what the F? This shreds. I'd never heard anything like System of a Down when they first came out, right? So it's like that. So that's why I love Rovers. That's why I like, and it's helped me, obviously like grow as a person and embrace other cultures and learn a lot. And I already liked British comedy from watching the Young Ones and Ab Fab reruns in the 90s as a teenage boy. And Mr. Bean, of course, Mr. Bean first. So those 3 shows, I was already like, England's awesome. I'll follow an England team too. I already like these shows. And that was it. And there's my love affair with your dumb country that we're going to beat in the World Cup. You like how I give you that big monologue and then end it with such an asshole American phrase? I could have been more American at the end of that. So there you go, Rick Lewis. I hope that answers your question. Let's talk about the lineups here, shall we? I mean, why not? Rovers first, still going to be a back 3. And it's still going to be Pickering on the left side. It's Wharton, Van Hecke, Lenihan, and Nyambe. So the back 5 stays the same. Bradley Johnson getting a start with Lewis Travis. So again, no Joe Rothwell. None of those dangerous runs coming out of the deep midfield for us today. Dolan, Gallagher, and Diaz up top. So Dak's still on the bench. Bucko on the bench. Rothwell on the bench. Joe Rankin Costello on the bench. Daniel Ayala has been back for 2 days. Ansley, Pears, and Hedges. Lots of offensive choices on the bench. We'll see if Rovers, I would love to see us press more. I feel like that's when we were really playing a lot, when we were just going for it and being aggressive earlier in the year. And we didn't press enough for Peterborough. If anybody disagrees, tell me in the comments if you think I'm full of shite. So with that being your lineup, what do you think? What do you think? Bonham, Wilmot, Phil Jagielka, Harwood Bellis, the Loney, Wonder Boy, Smith, Allen, Baker, Sawyers, Timon, Brown, and Maja. Rovers also almost got. That will be your Stoke lineup. Rovers beat Stoke last time these 2 teams played each other earlier in the year. So, yeah, I appreciate you cheering me up a little bit there. Oh, hey, man, I appreciate that. Honestly, that I'm not even lying, Scott Taylor. In a very deep subconscious way, that is actually my goal. My goal is to have people outside of America go, most Americans are obnoxious and America is a cesspool of avarice, but there's some okay people. That's all I want, is that modifier, but there's some all right people. And if I can do that, that actually matters. So get your score predictions in, because you will get an authentic American gift. I will mail you. I will pay the money and mail you across the Atlantic Ocean or wherever you're at in the world. I will mail you a delicious, authentic American snack. And I'm not talking about some janky big corporation stuff. I'm talking about some local good. So if you want that good, get your score predictions in. The person or persons who are 100% correct, well, they all get a prize. I'm going to do it. Hib. What's Hib mean? Oh, hi again. Hi again. Do you remember me? Zach Dutton. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in my world. Are you Zach who lives in Cleveland? Are you that Zach? Because I know a Zach. 1-1 is your prediction? Well, fair enough, friend. There is a lot of names. Forgive me, Zach. Honestly, I would love to remember you, but it's still very early in the morning, and I only woke up maybe an hour ago. So, Andrew A. Ooh, Rovers 3-0 DLS hat trick. That would spark us. Would that not give us some real hope? Diaz was the hero last week. Honestly, he had that goal that was just so much pace on it. It was absolute howitzer. The muzzle velocity on that foot of his is impressive. So a couple predictions. Rick Lewis says, Friday I predicted Big Rovers win and was completely wrong. So today we're going to lose 4-0. I see what you're doing, Rick Lewis, and it is very clever. Gaz, what's up, friend? Israel, 2-0 Rovers. Happy birthday, Ben, to get on the score sheet. Good point, guys. I think we could talk about it. It is Ben Brereton Diaz's birthday. That is absolutely incredible. And I would be fine with my birthday going up in flames. As you can see from the sign, it was just recently my birthday on Friday. I would be fine because that was a really bad birthday. Rovers and Cavs both basically bounced out of the playoffs on the same day. Happy birthday, Jared. So I agree with you, man. I hope Diaz's birthday is a better one. I hope it is a fruitful one. And I would love to see him get a goal on his birthday. Really would. Ryan Edwards, my worries are how many American owners we have in the BPL. Yes, I agree. Without reading the rest, I just want you to know right now, I despise American sports owners. And every time one buys one of your clubs, I weep because they're degrading the sanctity and the history of your sport because they don't care about it. I promise you they don't. I'm going to continue reading. I need you to know I might hate them more than you do. Because for every time I try and be a decent human being to all of you, they turn around and fuck over an entire community. Let's continue reading. The next thing will be, okay, how can we change it to how we like it? And that would be the same if any nationality got a monopoly. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, it is highly dangerous, especially from a cultural, philosophical standpoint, because for them, it is all about making money. Building up the brand. Everybody wants to be Man City. And honestly, all these owners are sick of buying the third yacht and the fifth penthouse. They want a toy. These are just big toys to them. And of course, they have a marketing team and a research team and all that and a PR team. So they're going to tell them what to say. And then they're going to come out and say it, which is very patronizing. But in reality, I can assure you, they are no different than a cat in a room that is just bored with the fish toy, so it goes over to the other toy. They're just big toys for them. It's no different than like you buying like a power drill or like you want to buy some dumb thing for 50 pounds or whatever that probably in the end of the day, you might not even use, right? Or like a new exercise bike, whatever it is, a dumb toy that means nothing to you. You're just bored and you have the money, so why not? That's what they're doing with your clubs, which really honestly makes me nauseous. So I hope that answers your question on where I stand with all of you over there. And I still am so proud of how y'all handled the Super League. That was inspiring. Over here, everybody would have just sat around and let it happen, just so you understand where we're at. It was very impressive. Yeah, Ben Brereton Diaz, Ryan. So what about Ryan Reynolds? So those two might be different because I think that those guys aren't the Glazers, right? They don't come from like a lineage of just ownership and exploitation. Those guys both like came from nothing. Rob McElhenney is just like a working class broke dude, that grew up kind of normal. Both his parents are gay, by the way, his mother and his partner. So he grew up like in a gay household. And I think it's like, he reminds me so much of like a normal American dude in a lot of ways. And I think him and Ryan looked at an opportunity to take a small club and go, we can invest in this club and not necessarily Ryan Reynolds does not need to make any money, y'all. I think it was something that they thought they could do a good job with in that they could keep a club going and it had potential to like maybe just be a decent club to be in ownership of and to help it. I don't know. I feel different about them. And I just think with even how you see how they interact with fans, first of all, they're both charismatic, right? It's like the unfortunate, like the Reagan thing. They're so charismatic. It's hard not to like them. But when was the last time you saw the Glazers walking out onto the pitch with like with a jacket on? What do y'all call jackets? Parkas over there? Something? You have a name. Anyway, when was the last time you saw them in like jeans and a blazer, or not a blazer, but one of those parkas? I'm going to call it parka. Just talking to people like in an interview. You don't see it. They sit and give a well-designed statement. So there's a level of authenticity with them that lends me to believe it will be a different outcome. If that makes any sense. Zach Dunn saying 2-1, Stoke. You changed your mind? Why? Because I don't remember you? I'm sorry. Is that why, Zach? Mr. Buckle, 2-1 Rovers. Us to go up 2-1 and then score early in second half and bombard us for 20 minutes. You know what? I would still take that win. As horrifying as that would be, Mr. Buckle, I would take it. Paul, I will get it. I'm sorry, Paul. Hold on. No harumphing. Paul, no harumphing. There we go. Good to see you, friend. Yes. 2-0 Stoke. Got you. Don't worry. Don't worry your little heads. If I miss you, it is not by design. It is because I'm an aloof butterfly. Yeah, he definitely both of them transformed his body. And to be fair, all of you who are out of shape like me, all of you who might have a little bit of a rotundness to you, listen, you and me would both look much better if we had millions of dollars that we could just hire without thinking about it, a private chef and a private workout person and a nutritionist and blah, blah, blah. If we had that money, then yeah, sure, we look ripped too. It's easy to look ripped when you have $30 million a year coming into your pocket quite easily. And you're supposed to be ripped as part of your job. I think if somebody's giving you $30 million and says, stay in really good shape, I think you're going to. I mean, I don't know. I come from such a poor background. I really do, by the way. I know you might not think it, but I do. If somebody gave me $30 million and said, all you got to do is stay in shape for the year, but they gave me like half up front, I would just leave the country. I would go leave the country and just live somewhere off $15 million. That's plenty of money. That is way more than I've made the first half of my life. And it's way more than I'm going to make the second half of my life. So I just take the 15 mil and run. My out of shape ass running and hiding in some hut off some Pacific island. Yeah, right. Seriously. Nice, Chris. I like this. I like you drawing a line in the sand. 3-1 Rovers or I quit. Fair. Yeah, I know you are. I think it's like well established here. Rovers coming out, classy blue and whites. Love it. Interesting. Stoke got the green and blacks. I'm not going to lie. Those are dope kits. I like those kits. If there's a Stoke fan in here, know that I appreciate your kits. I always try and give respect to the opponent where respect is due. Art of war shit, right? No, always assume your enemy is as strong, if not stronger than you. Rules to live by, friends. So, like I said, Gallagher and Diaz up in the channels. Dolan is your false nine, pretty much. It looks like. I mean, they all kind of rotate. Some go in, some go out. So we'll see who starts up in the center first. If Dolan is a true false nine, or if he's going to be out on the wing, and Gallagher will be in that box a little bit. Again, it's Harwood Bellis, Jagielka, and Ben Wilmot. It's a solid back line there. Josh Timon, Joe Allen, Roman Sawyer's in that midfield, along with Lewis Baker. You got Tom Smith out right and Maja up top there. Stoke have had some trouble. I don't know if they've had that much trouble scoring. Actually, I'm thinking of Sheffield. Sorry, I was just looking at Sheffield stuff, because that's the team we're chasing. Sheffield have not scored goals. Huddersfield good on. Paul, you'll be happy to know Huddersfield got on very well. They won, I would say, pretty convincingly. Let me go back here and just show you. It was 2-0 over Borough, which puts Borough even with us on games points, and we have a 1-goal advantage. So Borough are technically behind us, thanks to Jordan Rhodes, by the way. How nuts is that? Yeah, I know, right, Zach? Yeah, they won 2-0. There you go. Vidal, kick it out. Nice to have you in here. See, I feel a little better. I really did feel like crud about this game, but y'all have been inspiring. Siobhan, too, on Twitter said some inspiring words. So props to Siobhan. Represent our Irish mafia here. Players taking a knee for the fight for racial equality and equity and social solidarity. All good things that make the world better. It's going to be Sawyer over the ball. Again, Stoke in the green and black. If you're not watching and only listening to me, let me know, and I'll be as detailed as possible. Sunny day, much nicer than here. It is an English day here. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you. It's like 8. I'll do it in Celsius for you too. It's like, I don't know, 15 and rainy or something. Pickering's going to hoof a ball up the channel. Diaz saying, wait. He wasn't even close to that. That was way too far. And that will be easy days for Stoke as the game is already looking like it's going to be at a snail's pace. Hi, let's hope for big win. I'm not watching. Got you, Jacob Carter. I'll do everything I can for you, bud, to make this enjoyable for you. I promise. We are 7, 2 points away from 6. Let's keep it tight at the back. And we have, and not panic. The goals will come. I know, Ryan. We've been saying that since January about the goals. We've got like 7 in 4 months. I don't know. Come on, you Blues. Yeah, Scotty. I know. You all are inspiring me right now. Let me take another bite of this janky cream egg. No offense. Cadbury's an institution, but this egg, it's a subpar egg. I'm eating a subpar egg. I think this is like an Americanized egg. How about this? Can somebody there, if I pay you, mail me some authentic English Cadbury cream eggs? Score predictions, I'll still give you up until the 2-minute mark. So you got 30 seconds. Do you want authentic American treats that will be way better than this? Get your score prediction in. Winner gets mailed to them authentic American snacks. Some good too. For my personal stock. 142 on the clock if you are watching and you do want to sync up with me. 146, 47, 48, 49 on my watch. Dan Woods, good afternoon. Jeff Hardy, who do you think will win? Well, I think Rovers will win. Diaz doing a nice job buzzing, or that was Gallagher buzzing, and now Dolan's helping here. Stoke having a tough time playing it out, and it is going to be turned over. That's what I want to see. Great press there by Gallagher and Dolan. Turned over, ends up going into Rovers' way, and Rovers are on the attacking third now, down on the right-hand side. It's Nyambe keeping his balance very well. Oh, that's Dolan actually out there. Sorry, my screen's small, and that was a wide shot. I could not tell. Dolan still keeping it up. Plays a little heel flick back to Nyambe on the 1-2. It's going to go out, and somehow it goes off a Rovers player. Not the worst effort there by Dolan just to keep the ball alive. He just needs to get his head up quicker. His release passes are not even late. They're to the point where he doesn't even get them off. Stoke trying to work their way out of a tricky area in their back left corner. The shady side of the pitch right now as the shade is running goal to goal on that left channel, cutting down the left channel. And it's Stoke with the ball. The green and black is nice. I like it. I like it. Oh, a nice 1-2 by Stoke, and they're through and behind. Kaminsky's way off his line, and that's an early goal. Rovers looking for offside. They're not going to get it, and that's it. 3:16. The prophecy has been fulfilled, and it's Stoke 1, Rovers 0. Beautiful one-time through pass to, and I think it was Maja who finished. Rovers asleep at the wheel. Looked like Van Hecke was beat. Couldn't recover in time. Rovers looking and appealing for offside. It doesn't happen. And there's a big punch in the mouth for you early. And that was a 1 from the midfield. 1 and a beautiful 2. And it was Wharton who got burned hard. Maja right between the legs of Cam. And that was just, was it Maja? No, it wasn't. Maja with the pass. Wow. Well, there you go. There you go, folks. Keep it tight at the back. Yeah, it was Brown. Yeah, Maja with the assist to Brown. It was a beautiful pass by Maja. It was the type of one-time through ball pass that I never see us play. The type you play in FIFA, the type I see most professional clubs play, but the kind of pass I just never see Rovers play. And it's 1-0. Man, you know, it'd be cool if Bradley Dack was playing right now, but whatever. At least they, Ryan Edwards, at least they might. Yeah, now they're just going to sit back. That's their 1. I like that, Woods. At least you're being awesome. 2-0 to Rovers. Maybe that's hopeful. Chloe, you're already wrong. Yeah. I was definitely hopeful in my prediction. I'm sorry, you got your prediction in right under the gun, and then within 1 minute are out of the running for a delicious American snack. Danwood, 4-1 Rovers. That's their one. Yeah. Yep. Yes. So, Dutton, are you a Stoke fan? Is that what is going on, friend? It's okay. I want you to be, actually. I'd like to have you here. So, is that why you're asking if I remember you from the last Stoke match? Is this all making sense now, Zach? Am I picking up on this? Have I inferred enough? Pardon me. Back three has looked shaky for a bit. Should we switch to a 4? Yeah, I thought we should have, honestly, because, and here's why. You need offense. You need goals. And the back three has not given us the goals we've needed. I thought a 4-3-2-1 would have been good. Stoke with another brilliant play there. Bradley Johnson got, but the through ball way too hard. So Rovers dodge a counterattack bullet. 6 minutes on the clock. Tony Mowbray just yawned. So just so everybody knows where we're at here. 6:08, 6:09. Great turn and run by Gallagher, but a sliding challenge by Stoke. That really helps. Aggressive challenge by Van Hecke, way too aggressive, and that's going to be a free kick. I will say this. I'm trying to be optimistic for all of you. Rovers body language. I really have always thought that body language is one of the most underrated aspects of watching the game as a fan. I'm talking about all sports. American football, world football, basketball, I don't care. You can see and feel, if you look close enough and you're experienced enough, you can feel based on body language what's going to happen. And I will say Rovers look asleep right now. Ball in and around, Stoke messing with it off the free kick. It's on the right side and is Brown holding it up. Stoke again looking confident here, keeping possession. The ball's going to go all the way to the back. They'll reset to about the halfway line. Rovers give chase, trying to maybe get a press in, but the passes are there for Stoke. They managed to beat that to get the ball out right now, and that's a 2v1 wide right, and they are going to go all the way out, and it is Brown now with Pickering in front of them. Good job. Well read. That was Bradley Johnson, and he earned the foul. Very well read by the veteran there, Bradley Johnson. Managed to intercept that pass and get the trip. Diaz was breaking, but it's going to be advantage. It's not advantage. So 7:40 on the clock. AJ Mertz 88. Wow, typical. We expect a response and instantly dealt with, but Rovers don't normally start playing until we're losing us. Do we, though? Actually, I think the numbers, Andy Watson and a couple other great Rovers Chat contributors have showed that we play our worst when trailing. We actually score the least amount of goals when we're behind. We score the most amount of goals ahead and even. And that has been a huge problem because that was one of those, like, not red flags, but a yellow flag. When we were playing great, it was still like, oh, we're playing great, but we actually don't play great at all when we're losing. And so we needed to always, it was so important for our run to have fast starts. Really dangerous corner coming in, dealt with by Kaminsky, though. And he's going to actually kick that ball and go for another counter right over to Diaz. Gallagher fighting for it. Doesn't get it, and it's actually going to roll back, so Stoke will throw it out. You know what I'm saying? I think that, yeah. Yeah, Dak should be on now, but yeah, Dak at halftime is now a necessity. That's foregone conclusion. Are we playing at home? Yes, we are. We are playing at home. Sorry, I should note that this is at Ewood Park. Nice little challenge there by Pickering, but the deflection not going to be there. Rovers still trying to press a little bit. Stoke going to play past the back line. Header almost won by Rovers, but it is Stoke with the ball again. They're going to take their time now here. Working it through the midfield a little bit and back. Total control here. Rovers looking dangerous challenge. The ref is going to call it. It's Lanahan saying that was a fair foul. And no yellow or anything. Just an early warning on Lanahan. Not a the worst challenge. I like it though. Something needs to happen here. We need a little bit of fire. Maybe that'll help. I know, I agree, Mertz. I said that last week. Even if you want to play him 60 and start him the first 45, I think he should be starting. And I think we should be playing 4-2-3-1. So we'll see. We have Dak and Diaz. We should be powerhousing these teams apart. Yeah, Ryan Edwards. Yeah, I mean, that is one theory. Stoke with another free kick. I think the issue is our midfield, whatever's been going on. I mean, we're just done playing through the midfield. I haven't seen anything happening through that midfield, any creativity or anything like that. Rovers do well to defend that free kick, and a pretty solid clearance. It's going to go all the way back to Stoke, and it's going to be headed back to the keeper. Stoke will reset on the long pause. This is a snail's game. You guys remember, anybody, y'all watch old Looney Tunes over there? Remember the tortoise and hare, where the tortoise calls all his tortoise friends and he keeps messing with Bugs Bunny because Bugs runs, and then there's another turtle, but they're all wearing different underwear, which is how you, the audience, can tell it's a different turtle, but Bugs doesn't know that. So there's just like a turtle every half mile to troll Bugs. That the pace in which that turtle runs is the pace in which this game is. Dolan trying to make something happen, 1v4, 1v5, nobody running with him, though. No outlet pass there. Absolutely swarmed by Stoke. No overlapping runs, more or less, right there. I'm sorry I'm being so critical. I know you all probably don't like this side of me, but I'm calling what I see. And I see one guy taking on four guys and none of his teammates running any type of diagonal to get him a release. That's what I just saw. And maybe I am just an ignorant American and I'm looking at it in a biased point of view. But if somebody saw something different there, please let me know. Wharton looking to play the channel. Again, see, they have two players over Diaz. If anybody's wondering, like, so what they're doing is taking Diaz away with that channel counter and saying, beat us some other way. Really good sliding challenge there, though, by Rovers. And it's turned over and release. Not going to happen to Diaz. Rovers want a call. I think they are going to get one, actually. And I think that's Trav was saying I was being held as I tried to play that through ball. So what they're doing is taking the right back and right center back, and they're just pinching Diaz. They're saying, all right, you're going to send one ball. We're going to win it. It's a 2v1 every time. Rovers are going to have to figure something else out. That's Van Hecke going for a quick diagonal to the overlapping Pickering. That's not even close. Pickering doesn't even look over or look up. Just moseys on back. Ball not even nearly within the ballpark of where Pickering can get it. 12:43 on the clock. Stoke with the throw. Paul, I'm glad that if it's shite, then say it's shite. Thanks, man. I think that's the thing is, like, I'm not going to patronize you guys. I want to be optimistic. The game's not over. My optimism comes from the fact that it's until the death. It's F or walk until the whistle blows. So I will still hold out hope until the whistle blows, but I am going to call what I see. And I see a team with pretty poor body language, a team not running to get the ball right now. And I don't see any, connection with these passes. Everybody just looks a little bit off, man. So we'll see. Stoke running in now. And this is at home, by the way. Stoke running in now. And Kaminsky going with the one-time clear. It is going to drop. A little bit of a touch by Diaz. A bit too strong. However, it will fall to Rovers. And, yeah, again, they're just getting overloaded in the midfield. They can't really play it through the midfield. Dolan wasn't up there to connect. Johnson, and I think an issue I'm seeing early is that Bradley Johnson and Lewis Travis are the type of guys that want to sit back a little bit more. And so there's nobody between them and Dolan. And Dolan's up a little bit because Dolan's an aggressive player and we love him. So you're seeing a huge gap between Dolan, Trav, and Bradley Johnson. And that doesn't feel like with those two in a false nine, that's not something we've seen a lot with them. And you can see it's just not there. Oh, great run there by Stoke. And it's a through ball down in the box. Stoke's going to play it out right. It's Harwood Bellis maybe looking for, no, that was, what's his name? Number 2. Anyway, yeah, Smith. Looking for a one-time cross, and it's Pickering deflecting it. And it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. No, it's just a throw. My bad. Throw right at the corner, though. Rovers have 3 players over defending. Yeah, thank you, Chris. I will be honest. Thank you, Tony. I love your honesty. Too many fans look at the team with rose-colored glasses. Tell us what you see. I think that's the weird part that helps about being an American. You know, like there's some obviously there's a nuance and history lost on me, but I do have, I think, slightly less of a bias just because I wasn't born into it. You know, I'm adopted. I'm a third culture kid, which I think is the technical name for what's happened here with me. So yeah, you're right, guys. That being said, I would say that right now, 15-minute report in. Here's your report. Dolan has looked like he's trying to be aggressive. He has had some energy. The creativity out of the midfield and the connecting through isn't going to happen. So we've been going for diagonals. Those haven't been landing at all. And they are doubling Diaz and forcing us to go somewhere else with the ball. And it's not, there's just nothing developing there. There's another through coming through, read by Jagiel really easily. Stoke are chatty and talking and communicating, and it's going to be their ball again. Yeah, so the offense, I think with Dolan as the false nine right now is just not happening. I still, tell me if I'm crazy, y'all. This is where you all can help me, because I know I'm not the smartest person here by far. I might be the dumbest in many ways. I'm certainly the most irresponsible person in this room. Do you think that Buckley would play better, and couldn't he play effectively in a deeper lying midfield role? Like if it was Buckley for Johnson right now, do you think his pings would be better for us instead of the physicality that Bradley Johnson brings? Because that's what I'd like to see is Buckley. I still think his distribution and his you know, he's technical on the ball. And I think that would be great right now. Because look, Bradley Johnson and Lewis Travis just aren't. I love them. I really do respect both players. Bradley Johnson's part American, is he not? You know, there's that connection. But and Trav might be my favorite player just because I've always been a shithousery guy too. I remember in the Marine Corps, we would, another Marine Corps story quickly, but we take, you get a 90-minute lunch, PT in lunch. You work out and you eat and you get back to where you need to go. So you do both. You work out, you grab your meal, and you kind of eat your meal quickly, or you eat it when you're getting back to work. But everybody works out at lunchtime in the Marine Corps. And we'd play big full court 5v5 pickup games with like alternating teams, the whole nine, right? And we played as a shop once, which means all the people that we work with. And my friend Jonathan Knight was so mad at me because I just would not let him get the ball in the post. I just keep my sharp little bony elbow in him, you know, and like the D, and he was getting really frustrated. And our Gunny, who was like the wily veteran, old school wise Yoda-like dude, was just like, deal with it, Knight. Figure it out. He's not letting you get the ball. Figure it out. That's what he kept saying. It made me feel good, you know, made me feel like I'm getting under his skin and he's getting really frustrated because I was not as good as him. I'm not like an offensive guy. I was always like a defense rebounding, you know, dive around guy, you know. So anyway, like Trav is my point. So I really identify with Lewis Travis, but he needs somebody more creative as a midfield partner. Fact. Knife Steve, young players like Buckley find it hard to be consistent over the season. Yeah, and I don't think anybody thought Buckley would play as well as he did this year. You know, I think he contributed a lot more, and I think his future's bright. Gallagher looking to come across the wing. He's talking to Dolan. The players barely looking at each other. Bad through pass. Goes right out. Mistimed, misread there. I know, Steve. I think part of Buckley's fall off has been the physicality of the game and the length of the season. I would agree with you. And that's why, Tony, this is where I will give the man credit. He has been saying we need a bigger squad. We need more players. He's mentioned it multiple times, made that offhand comment about the Wolves guy coming in and said, where's the rest of your squad? And Tony saying, this is our squad, right? So I think that didn't do Buckley any favors. But I'm surprised, you know, I don't know. I thought maybe today wouldn't have been a bad day at home. I think he plays really good at home, but I totally agree, Steve, obviously. Yeah, I do, because he played there before and did well, but because of that, Mowbray then started playing him in the false nine. Yeah, and I think Buckley started to, when we needed goals and needed those wins, a young player, he started taking some wayward shots instead of looking for that pass. Yeah, you're right there. Ryan Edwards, to answer you, Jared, we played Dolan. He is also a slight build, so it's hard to play both Dolan and Buckley in the same 11 as they're both slight builds. I agree, but I mean, Dak is almost to a degree as well. I think he's a little more physical. Giles is, but this is just what we are. Markande, Poveda. I mean, we have a team of small guys. Next year, we're going to have a team of small guys too. We're going to have Markande and Dolan out there and, and Dak. That's a short attacking team. So here's what I would argue, Ryan. Play your best players. And if that is your weakness, figure out a way to tactically game plan around that. Right? That's kind of where I'm at. Sure, oh, really nice play by Stoke. Pickering got burned there. Luckily, it was Wharton recovering and getting rid of that. The clearance, though, headed right back in. Van Hekke with a really aggressive challenge into the back of a Stoke player, knocked down. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. I feel like we could still get away with playing those two players, but I think you're right. We would be giving up that. However, what we would be getting is maybe an ability to spring some counterattacks and connect through the midfield a little bit more. Stoke are playing they're playing basically a 5-man midfield. They have 3 in the middle and 2 out on the wings. So I get the idea of trying to play just past it and just go over the top. That's not working right now. Rovers a little more positive here in working into the attacking third. And that's Smith, number 2 for Stoke, who read that. And it's going to be a throw for Rovers out here on the left side. It's Pickering with it. 21:15 on the clock. Dan Wood saying at this stage of the season, Johnson in 4-2-3-1 for his experience. Dak starting. That's what I thought too here. You put Dak right there in the 10. And then you could play Dolan and Diaz out on the wings cutting in. And Gallagher up 9 maybe. So you get some Pickering a target. Stoke just sitting back right now. No press. It's out on the right side. Namby's been insanely quiet. Down goes a Rovers player, and it's Travis looking for a call. Travis, his hand. All right, you all can see me, right? Travis's face, he wore an expression of disbelief like this. Come on. He's waiting for the team to come over. He can't even believe that as he falls, he looks up, can't believe that the team isn't closer to him. So Trav a little frustrated there. Nami dropped the ball, and it's going to go down to Pickering. He'll take the kick. And will it be with his left? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So Pickering's going to take this. This is going to try and go in the box. Ha! Blocked by the only player standing in front of Pickering. I think he was a little close there. No, I think you were too close, bud. Where's the shaving cream? He's getting a yellow for that. Okay, Rovers fans. This is a thing that's happening. Josh Maja gets a yellow. Let's see. Yeah, he stepped up and turned his body. That's funny. Hey, Alturalan. Hola, hermano. Do you think Ben will score a goal? Thank you so much for the donation. Rovers chat appreciates you. All money goes to making this channel better, the site better for you, friend. Yes, I think if we have any chance of a miracle, we're going to need to see Diaz take this game over. Here's a better one coming in. Floated in. Really good. Dangerous. Goes up and over. And I think 2 Rovers players crash into each other. Oh, dear Lord me. Van Hekke's grabbing the back of his head because there's no talking. Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. Wharton took a knock there. All right, so both of our central defenders just went for that. Wharton's still down. I would guess that's a concussion. Mowbray out talking to Dolan. Yeah, Mowbray mad at Dolan. Upset with Dolan, you could even say. Animated stuff. Why are you playing him there? I'll be right back. Here you go. Y'all can meet my daughter. This game's so disgusting. I was really trying to keep her face off the internet. I actually might keep her like that. Might keep her blocked. This is where we're at in life. Sorry, everybody. Like I said, family first. Family first. This is my cute daughter, and I love her more than the entire world. Would I set the world on fire just for her to breathe one last breath? Yes, I would. If you're wondering, I'm a first-time dad at 40 years old. So I'm super overprotective, I think, probably in a lot of ways. I will still call this match. Sorry. I know this is like highly unprofessional. I'm sure Dan might have words with me for this, but whatever. 25:50 on the clock here. I probably didn't miss anything. It looks like it's still 1-0. And Rovers now trying to diagonal get it across. Apologies, by the way, if you're only listening to me and I abandoned you for 2 minutes. 26:04 on the clock. Diaz with the thumbs up, though. Our boy Diaz getting it done. Trying to go show a little bit of life out there. Really good job getting in front of that by Van Hecke. Pickering goes to play it up. It's going to land to Dolan and bouncing over his head. Diaz can't believe it. I think Dolan's having a tough game right now. I think players look frustrated with him. I kind of don't really appreciate it. I don't know why. I just got that feeling. Maybe because my daughter's on my lap, so I'm getting like protective of small people. But that's the third or fourth time I've seen teammates, what I would say is scolding. I know, scolding Tyrese Dolan. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen that. I mean, it's all year. Look, Lily, boys, say goal. You know how to say goal. She's eating right now. She's eating. Ryan used to have his young and yeah, that's true, I guess, Dan. I mean, how unprofessional is it? She is. I've got her to say goal. She can say goal. Lily, can you say goal? She's eating after she eats. Thank you, everybody, for night. I know, right? There you go. You hear it? Say goal. Go, yay. Don't worry, Lily. We might not be saying goal today. Might be saying only goal for Stoke. Look at Travis sliding into the Stoke manager. Gallagher coming over and apologizing. The manager just pushed Trav off of him. Trav slid out of bounds, basically into the manager of Stoke, and got up underneath him, like just with no regard for his personal space. Oh, good swinging challenge. Look at him pushing Trav off. Oh, I love Lewis Travis. See, that's what I'm talking about. He keeps his foot out there for an extra minute right in front of the bench. At least Trav's doing something. Do you know what I'm saying? He's trying. Travis, my man of the match, 28 minutes in. Oh, Tulalan, really? What is it called? It is beautiful. You should travel with Chile. Have the most beautiful nature and best dogs today. Completos. I'll tell you, Tulalan, I would love to travel to Chile. Maybe when she's older so she can appreciate it more. I think that getting a kid to travel the world in their formative years, and whatever that means to you, maybe like, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, where they can grasp things and remember it as they get older. I would love to take my family to Chile. Unfortunately, my family my wife is a redhead, and she's kind of like a little bit of red sometimes, but her skin is fair. So I'm sure Chile is pretty sunny. They're more cold weather people. Here's what I'm saying. My wife is Scottish. And she'd much rather, and she did spend a year in England, she'd much rather be in England than someplace warm and sunny, whereas I would much rather be somewhere tropical. So, we got to for the rest of our lives, reconcile where the hell we go on vacation. And it's usually somewhere cold because, my wife gets sunburned after 14 seconds. Yeah, save the celebrations, Lily. Nice. Steve took the dog out on Saturday. We scored. You missed that goal? Oh, bummer. I'm going to take him out again at halftime. Well, don't do it at halftime. Do it. Oh, you mean you took him out at halftime, then we scored? I see. Doi. All right. We'll definitely take him out. Make sure your dog poops everywhere, Steve. We're about to the 30-minute threshold here. Travis needs to wind up Maja and get him a second yellow. Brilliant idea, Echo. That's a fellow American logic right there, Echo. Is it not? Chloe's saying, so cute. A future Rovers fan, she might want to be at this rate. Yeah, we'll see. I'm a firm believer in just letting your child experience what they like. Don't like try to live vicariously through them or force them into something. But I will say she seems to really enjoy watching sports a lot. And she does scream goal. And, I took her last year to watch an Ohio State women's soccer match. And, there's not a lot of people go to those and stuff like that. Probably the attendance, I bet you, is probably definitely even probably less than a Lady Rovers, who I think are awesome, by the way. Lady Rovers have some sweet players. They're fun to watch. So, yeah, I am trying to get her into it, but it's also like, I don't know, whatever she wants to do. Trying to get her into the ukulele, the piano, anything and everything that's not social influencing. I just don't want her to be like a fucking social influencer. And I got to be honest, I'm very paranoid about her face being on here because for the first year and a half of our lives, I've basically not let anybody put a picture of her on social media. So that's why I got to try and keep her right there. I hope you understand. And I hope if anybody that I know sees this, they won't be too mad at me. Because they're like, dude, you wouldn't let us post a picture of your daughter, and now you have her on the internet. And I would say to them, it's my daughter. I can do what I want. Say, yay. Say, yay. Can you say yellow? That looks like a yellow card. It is. It's going to be on Wharton. He straight up tackled him. This good old American football tackle. Uh-oh is right. Say yellow. Yellow. See, you hear that? Uh-oh. Say Wharton. No. Can you say Dak? Yeah, there you go. Lily, who should we sub on at halftime? Say Dak. Yeah, there. You hear it? It's close enough. Yeah, there you go. Dak. Here, you want this rubbery thing? No? Lily, if I say I love you, can you say I know? I love you. I know. You're like Han Solo. I know. Kaminsky catches that. Crossing by Stoke. Nothing doing there. 32:30 on the clock here. 1-0 still to Stoke here at a sunny Lancashire day at Ewood. Crowd are, I don't know, clapping a little bit. It's Travis again working hard. Yeah. Oh, really good reference. Yeah. Let's put the little girl in charge. I love that movie. So amazing. There's a video game called Aliens Fireteam Elite where you literally like play that movie. You're like a fire team of 3 people and you go into like what looks like exactly that movie and you blow away hordes of aliens. It's a pretty good game if you haven't heard of it. Ryan Edwards, she may look back at this one day and remember as the day we beat Stoke and the Rovers supporting began for her. I'm a glass half full person. You can see. I love it, Ryan Edwards. I love it. She's putting her feet up on the desk, which is hilarious. I love it, and I appreciate that. Oh, Stoke trying to break there. Oh, no. Van Hecke can't believe that challenge. I thought that was clean. Let's see this again. That's a pretty great tackle by Van Hecke. Maja just fell again to kind of embellish it. So, oh, no. Yeah, Van Hecke with the yellow. There you go. 2 of Rovers' 3 central defenders on yellows. Gonna be a little harder to sub Bradley Dack now. This is why you start him. Do y'all think this score is different with Bradley Dack in 4-2-3-1? Yeah, I know. Chris, this is a very good point, and this is something we talked about last week and we've chatted about. He's saying we are poor against 10 men behind the ball. You're darn right we are. And that's why it was so important to have a good start, which is why I'm going to, until I die, harp on, if you can only play Dak 45, start him so that you have the good start and the momentum and the belief. I'm so sick of this, like, well, when he's subbed on, it's a different mentality and you could see the rise. Just do that from the beginning then. It's Schrodinger's cat, y'all. Do it when it's 0-0 with a blank slate game. Give the team the belief. Don't do it at halftime when we're down 1-0 and we look like dog crap. That doesn't, I don't know. Ha, Rory and Rory, you all enjoyed the one word thing we did last week, right? One word to describe Rovers since January. I'll bite, Rory and Roland. You want one word? One word. One word. I got it. I got my one word. Here we go. One word. Clown. My one word is clown to describe since January. Clown. She's not from Scotland. Sorry. Her family, though, is from there for sure. They definitely trace their lineage all the way back to Clan Rose and Clan McKillop. So there you go. Clan Rose and Clan McKillop is where they hail from. You okay? Yeah, you probably shouldn't put that in your mouth. Damn, what about this? You want to bite this? She's teething pretty bad right now. Oh, you did get this thing all greasy. Another header coming in. Well defended. Lanahan was there. Pretty dangerous moment. Rovers have a corner here. Big corner for Rovers. It's coming in. I like it. Pace on it. Far side. Clean look. And over the bar. Couldn't get down on it. It was Van Hecke. Clean header. Yay. Look at that. Oh, he got up, but just not enough. Couldn't get the ball down. Van Hecke with the clean header. Fun fact, Rovers have not done the double over Stoke since 89-90. Wow. Where were you? 89-90. Seriously. What do you think the number one song was of 89-90? Do you think Would I Lie to You by Charles and Eddie is 90, or does that feel more like 91, 92? I think Would I Lie to You feels more like 92. Look into my eyes, can't you see the open wide? Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, say it. Oh, yeah. Do you think we will keep Ben this summer? I don't know at this rate. Oh, Wi-Fi played up. My word was clown. Clown, Rory and Roland. My one word is clown. Lily obviously wants to chat right now, too. Ryan Edwards saying that Dak and Diaz partnership I want to see, just like Graham and Dak partnership of both. I think so, too. I think they have that real chemistry. Yeah? You're just trying to talk to everybody like that, huh? Chris McGlynn says, ridiculous. Because that makes sense, Jared, and Mowbray doesn't have it. I know, man. I know, baby B. Yeah, I can too. That's why I'm saying guys like Dolan and Marconde and Dak, those are going to be like our best attacking players next year, and they're all undersized. So what do you do with a team like that? I'm asking all of you. If you had an undersized team of guys that were capable, technical on the ball, and could beat a man one-on-one, but were undersized, what's your formation? What's your offensive philosophy? Are you pressing with a team like that? This is what I want to know from all of you. I'm dead serious because we're going to have to talk about this sometime. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you got the hiccups. Do you want a cookie and milk? It's almost halftime. Can you hold out 8 minutes? What do you think? Rovers on it here now. Good job winning it away. Stoke pressuring. It does get out of the midfield. Again, nobody. There's two up. It's you went down. It's Dak Diaz and Gallagher are up. It's just, they're playing three at the back. And Diaz is just getting double teamed all the time. All the time. There you go. You want to play with your books? Yeah, you can pull a book out. Oh, piece of paper. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Whoa, listen to Paul, 89.90. I was getting ready to deploy on OP Granby, Desert Storm. Paul, that is crazy, man. You want some water? Here, we'll do water. Paul, mad respect. Mad respect, Paul. Here, water. Say juice. Juice. I just call water juice. That way she thinks water's juice. Say juice. You got to put your lip in the thing. Put your lip in the thing. There you go. Good job. 40:08 on my clock. 40:08. Ryan Edwards saying we need to push before Lent. I don't know if we'll lose all 4. Lenahan, Rothwell, and Nambi Diaz. I really want Lenahan to stay. New manager, loads of new players in a relegation fight next season. Maybe, but we said that this year. Do you want more? Remember, put your mouth. No, you got to put your lip in there. There you go, like that. Then you take a little nip. There you go. It's called taking a nip. You'll do it one day off a bottle of scotch. That's really good, huh? All right, hold on. That's not, nope, mouth doesn't go over. It's not a nipple. Oh, is that too much? I hope she goes, Can you say, Oh, now you got the hiccups. 80 years ago, yesterday, Doolittle launched his famous raid on Japan. I know. Crazy stuff. I've still played Company of Heroes 2. If anybody plays Company of Heroes 2, we can mess around online if you want. One of the great World War II RTS games. Company of Heroes 3 comes out, I think maybe this year if we're lucky. That I'm very excited about. Anybody here Company of Heroes nerds? Yeah, I'm old, Jared. Hey, I love it. I like that we have people from everywhere. This is what I want. We have a small crew, but our crew is like so diverse. I think it's great. There you go. I'm trying to talk about Rovers more, but I promise you there's nothing really happening here. Rovers jockeying for the ball. It goes back to Stoke now. Blackpool 3-0 over Birmingham. At least we're not there, right? At least we're not Birmingham. We'll see. Do you want some more water? Here you go. See, just a little sip at a time. Big turnover here, and it's Mighty Mouse. Tyree stolen. Good release over, and it's missed again. Now we have a break. On the right side, sprinting down is Diaz. Diaz with a cross in, over, and smothered right in front of Gallagher. Rovers with their first big chance on the counter. That's what I like to see. It was all Dolan, all work. Beautiful touch by Diaz to go off his inner heel and through his front leg. Shimmies a man off. Howitzer on the goal. He really didn't have an angle for much else. I think if he's saying Gallagher, see, Gallagher, why are you putting your hand on your shoulders? You ran down there. That's your job. He didn't really have the cross for Gallagher there, I think. But Gallagher, a little disappointed. Probably he didn't get that. I'd rather have Diaz shoot it, if I'm being honest. So Diaz didn't have the angle, but it was a nice play. Ball goes down into Stoke. Stoke trying to keep Rovers off the ball. Kaminsky under pressure, and he's going to have to kick it away. And what do you know? He kicks it out, and awkwardly it goes, and it's a Stoke corner here as we get to the end of halftime. I know, Jaden. Beza Diaz birthday. Amen. Feliz cumpleaños aquí. Say yay, Diaz. Lily, can you say Diaz? Diaz, Diaz. Diaz. What about Dak? Good. There you go. Can you say Tony Mowbray? No. Okay. No. She said no. I said, can you say Tony Mowbray? She said, no. No. Yeah, you like that word. Of course you do. That's not food. That's a drumstick. Ball over in. Dangerous moment here. Stoke almost getting a goal. Are you going to play on the bar on? I do have a bar on. What's going on with the beard? Paul, my joke for the day was I put as much effort into my beard as Tony Mowbray did his tactics. That's my big joke. So yeah, man. So honestly, with no babysitter and everything going on, I just didn't have time. But also, I did have time, and I was like, you know what? No. Good job running that down. Blackburn again on the counter here. Now, that wasn't bad for Rovers. It's again Dolan, though, sparking something with his pressing. So Rovers maybe with the chance now here. The ball is on the right side getting worked around. What are you doing, little girl? Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff in here. It'd be cool if you just stayed over there. Oh, everybody's about to hear a toy now. So that's what's going on with the beard. We still have 6'3" Gallagher to lead our forward line. Yeah, we do. I guess that's fair. 45 minutes. We're in 2 minutes of stoppage time only. Oh, Lily. We're almost done. I know, it's her nap time. That's also why she's extra ornery. You want that milk, baby girl. You want milk and cookies? The cookies are honey sticks. Rovers with the ball on the right side. Now it's Nyambe waiting in a 2v1. He plays it to Dolan on the corner of the box. Might be the Rovers' last great chance here. All the way out wide. Nyambe will hit it and off a Stoke player. And it was Trav over there. And it's just a throw. Trav looks okay. So not the greatest deflection. And it ends up being a throw. And it's Nyambe. Oh, two little adorable kids give him the ball. They're all excited. Nyambe looking for the throw deep in the corner here. In the shady corner of Ewood. And headed over into the box. Stoke managed to deal with it for now. The ball is still up and loose. Still on that right side. A tangle and mass of bodies. And sliding down and out. And it'll be another throw for Rovers. Ball boy gets the ball for Nyambe pretty quickly here. Looking. Ball dropping down again. Get the ball out. There you go. Ball finally gets out. Rovers, will a switch come in? No, holds up. No switch. Now finally over to Pickering. Now finally over there. And it's now Gallagher on the right side. He does get past a man. Very nice job past two players. Into the box. Tries a shot. Just deflected. Oh, okay. Gallagher with the beautiful run. We almost never see him down that left channel cutting in on his right. That's reserved for Diaz. Gallagher doing a little bit of a Diaz. What do you want, this? I don't try and give her my phone. This is not a phone. This is a remote for the heater. So you just press that button over and over again. And that is going to do it. Brown high five, giving Stoke players, looking a little chipper, talking, smiling, communicating. A pretty commanding 1-0 lead here, I will say. Changes have to come. Pickering and Diaz at least chatting a little bit. Changes have to come for Rovers. Couple yellows for Rovers. It was Brown early for Stoke in the 4th minute. Stoke on a yellow as well. So we'll see what happens at halftime. Thanks, everybody, for being understanding about my situation with my daughter. And consider yourselves very lucky you got flashes of her adorable face, because almost nobody does get those. And I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to go give her a little snackaroni, put her down for her naparoni. And I'll come back in just a few short minutes, friends. Know we appreciate you. If you want to hit the like button right now for today's stream, it definitely helps me out a lot. So I do appreciate it. But you do your thing. Ironic. Yeah. So there we go. We'll be back soon. And obviously, don't forget, I can't wait to see what Colin Hendry says about this season in particular. Friday, June 24th, you can find out in person. Brockall Village, doors at 6, starts at 7. 15 pounds is all it is. You get a pie supper and an evening with the Rovers legend, Colin Hendry. So ponder that as we enter halftime. Do your thing, y'all. We'll be back. Stoke 1, Rovers 0. Hello, I'm back. Anyone still alive out there? Word on the street is Dak tried to come out to warm up at halftime and didn't look right. I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you straight. That's the word on the street. Dak might have pulled up lame with a back thing. How do we feel about that? By the way, my regular, let me put that out. All right, let's catch up on these chats. Very exciting to hear what you all have to say here at halftime. Ryan and Paul chatting. All right, I'm just going to let that conversation run with them. Interesting. Talking about Tony. Let's have a better half. Come on. Dan Wood's glad I didn't bother packing my tools away to watch the game. I'm going to blaze for the second half. Maybe asleep by then. Scott Taylor, what time zone are you in? I may or may not have just done that same thing. You out, Paul? All right, bro. Well, look, man, I hope you had good chats. Wait. Whoa. What's going on here? Hold on. Paul, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I think everybody's just not in the best of moods, but I don't think we need to take it out on each other. Yeah. Let's not do like I think it is a good idea to not pretend like we know everything all the time about each other and what we're thinking. Let's save that for the rest of the internet. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? People, boys, girls, men, women, humans of Earth. Sorry. I think that Joe Rothwell is coming on, by the way. I think that let's try not to have this space be like the rest of the internet. All right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we all got to just be cool. Paul, I'd love for you to stay, but I understand if you want to go. Obviously, I'll do whatever you want. It's your lives. However often you're here and whenever you come in for however the duration, I appreciate it either way. So Echo saying, it's snowing up by me here in Cleveland. How about you? No, I'm down in Seabus. It is wet and cold. It's supposed to be gorgeous in Cleveland this weekend. Echo, I'm coming up there. I've got 2 meetings and 2 other things I have to go. I have 5 places I got to go, maybe 4, and a Saturday kind of Sunday thing. So if you want to meet up or something, maybe just for a coffee or one on, I will be up in Cleveland this weekend. Andy's saying 2 British summertime, bro. I love that. I think we are in Barney Rubble. Is that Cockney for lots of trouble? Like Blarmy trouble? A Barney Rubble? I know how Cockney works at the very least. I can conceptualize it. So is that what you're saying? Rothwell? No, it's just going to be Rothwell. No Dak. Dak, obviously something happened. Obviously, there's an issue. So it's Joe on Broadway, Joe Rothwell, and it's Van Hecke off. It's kind of what I thought might happen. So Rovers definitely going to go with 4 maybe 4 at the back, unless Bradley Johnson slides back there, or unless Lanahan comes up into that holding midfield role. I'm not sure right now. Yeah, let me know. Stoke have me up 78 pounds. Hey, there you go, Sergeant Ghost. Good for you, at least. Good for you, at least. All right, second half is underway. Rovers immediately looking to push the issue, getting the ball in on a long diagonal, chasing it down. The ball is on the left side, drops into the feet of, and turned out Rovers players working on the left side right away. A lot more going on here for Rovers. They look sharper, no doubt. Somebody just had a shot. Somebody just had a shout, maybe a good old-fashioned row in the locker room. Rovers already with just about the same amount of corrected passes they had in the first 15 minutes here in the first 35 seconds. Working the ball around now, searching in through. Bradley Johnson going to take it up and looking for that through ball. No, not going to find Diaz. Stoke will win it back. A little shimmy by Johnson. They're going to let it play on. Good job, Bradley Johnson. Pardon me. Joe Rothwell taking it. He's going to release Nyambi outright right there. Nyambi working one-on-one, biding his time. Is he going to go to the byline? No. Plays it into the box again and out of the box. And now it's Dolan with it on the right side, right where Nyambi was. Nyambi slid into the box where Dolan was. Dolan fighting, falling. Can't believe he's not going to get the call. And it's going to go out for a kick. Man, I don't know about that. Let's watch this again. Dolan here. Yeah, that's just a flop. Sorry, Tyrese. I love you, man. You're a good young dude. That's a flop. Let's all think positive. We're going up. Andy Lorraine, you might be higher than all of us. I'm only moderately to mildly high. I think you are extremely high. We'll see now. The big boot coming forward for Stoke, headed down by Rovers. They're not going to be able to win that second ball, though, and it's going to go to Stoke out left. And whistle late, and it is a Stoke player down. And it is Josh Maja clutching the back of his head. Looks like he took a knock as well. Ref going to call the trainers over. So Maja will seek treatment here as Stoke players chat. Do you think the keeper Bonham for Stoke, what's his name? Jack Bonham. Could he be related to John Bonham in any way? Does anyone know if the Stoke keeper is loosely related to Led Zeppelin drummer John Bonham? I'd like to know. Neil, what's up? It is Diaz's birthday. Let's hope the man gets a birthday goal. We're going to need 2 to have any shot at anything here. If we want to keep the dream alive, we need 2 goals. It's not going to be Bradley Dack as the hero either. Maja's going to walk off for a minute now here. Sorry, I was just thinking about Bradley Dack and not coming on. Whatever he did, he tweaked it there at halftime. Maybe if he was starting, that wouldn't have happened. Ooh, Stoke getting in and behind quickly there. Lenahan letting that happen. Brown with some real speed. I think that was Brown. And Kaminsky just having to force to kick it away here. 48, 34, 35, 36 on my clock. Still Stoke up 1-0 here at Ewood. Still 1-0. I'll tell you what show I just started rewatching again, and I've been watching the crowd. I don't really watch a lot of TV anymore. I can really only watch like one thing at a time. Is Mad Men. Has anybody here seen Mad Men? Raise your hand. Give me an emoji if you've seen the series Mad Men, or at least parts of it. Nice, dangerous left-footed cross coming in there by Stoke. Dealt with by Rovers. It was Wharton who dealt with it, and he comes up again. Oh, it was Bradley Johnson back there. Good job. 63% possession for Stoke so far, 37 for Rovers. Coming in on the diagonal again. Not bad. Well read. Wharton was there and did just enough with Harry Pickering. The ball's going to come back. And now a ping coming forward and no run there. What is that? Looks like an awful miscommunication. And that ball's going to go straight to Jack Bonham. Okay. That was fun. Matthew Buckles, seen Mad Men, love slow horses on Apple TV at the moment. Interesting. Yeah, I think Mad Men is, if you ever want insight into like a certain part of American life in the 60s, you will not find a more accurate show, both in aesthetic and cultural significance, than Mad Men. It is a fascinating look at 1960 to 1970. Mad Men, Andrew said, yeah, it's an amazing show. Just perfect acting, amazing cast, so damn watchable. Nyambi with a long throw here, and it's Rovers on the ball. Nyambi, that's Dolan who tried to take a turn. That's not going to happen. And now it's a turnover, and it's Stoke with the ball. Getting back. Good job. Trav back there working with Pickering to deal with it. Now Pickering getting 2v1 in the corner, fighting for it, and he's going to lose it, and it's actually going to be a Stoke throw. I've heard a lot of great things about Severance, too. I don't have Apple TV, I only got it for Ted Lasso, and then I canceled my subscription. So I just, when Ted Lasso next season comes out, I'll get the subscription, and maybe I'll watch Severance then. But Gary G, what's up? Late to the party. Rovers looked like doing anything? No. Look pretty dog shit. Pretty bad body language. A lot of missed passes. A lot of clear miscommunications of players running one way, the other player kicks it the other. Been some bickering. Certainly a little frustration taken out, maybe on Tyree Stolen in particular. Bradley Dack tried to warm up at halftime. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he might have tweaked something. And it is Diaz's birthday, so I'm hoping for a miracle by the Chilean sensation. Luis Travis is doing everything he can. I think Travis has been probably our best player in that regard. And it is still 1-0 Rovers. I hope that helps, Gary. Mad Men, when cigarettes were good for you. Yeah, seriously. That show makes you want to smoke. If you're a recovering smoker, maybe don't watch Mad Men. Just put 6 men forward and try to score. Yeah, Andrew, hey, we're running out of options, aren't we? Well, other options are Bucko on the bench. Hedges you got on there. Dak's probably not going to be an option anymore. Oh, no. Cheeky play there by Stoke, and now they've got it here deep in Rovers third, near around the box. They are probing. Harwood Bellis back out. Ball chipped in and over, dealt with by Lenihan. Down. Nice job. And wow. Yeah, there we go. Bradley Johnson earns the corner. He's saying somebody come. Again, this is the thing that's happening. Rovers aren't running to bail each other out. You know, you've got to run to be the release, right? You see a player like that fighting to stay up with his head down on the ball. You've got to communicate loudly and run and call it and get there. And it's just not happening. And this is like fundamental stuff, you know, and it's just those fundamental things. Great there, Reed. That was Travis who made a great interception, laid it off to Joe Rothwell. He thought about going right, ends up switching it left. Pickering putting something into the box, headed down and away. Big bounce and a shot. Oh, it was Trav who tried to take it off the volley, off the first touch. Just the ball flared out wide, right, though. Not that dangerous. However, Pickering putting something into the box. I would think that took a deflection off a Stoke player. Yes, it had to have. It had to have. And no, we're not going to get a corner. Of course not. It's a throw. It's a kick for Jack Bonham. I want somebody to tell me if Jack Bonham's related to John Bonham. Lenihan chesting the ball down, looking for the through ball. 2 players running there on that side. It doesn't connect with either of them. And now Stoke back the other way into the middle here. Big challenge by Nambi, sliding, does enough to get the ball away. And now it's Rothwell again. Dolan calling for it way out wide right. Rothwell looking, waiting, playing the right ball in. Ooh, it's Gallagher now. What a run by Gallagher here. Back across again. Oh, he should have probably hit Dolan there on the right side. But really good individual run there by Gallagher for a moment. Just couldn't find that final pass, that final touch, let him down. And it's Stoke now flipping it over and looking to maybe get back here on the offensive pretty quickly. And it is one, and it is run off Pickering into the box again, laid off. Stoke lucky to be there, though, as the ball just died. Everyone was out of position in a way, and the ball just kind of sat at the feet of another Stoke player. So it's still Stoke with the ball. Has Galley been our best player? Galley has had 2 nice runs. I think Galley's done pretty okay, and that's a shot. It's going to come in and take a Rovers deflection, and Kaminsky comes down and stops it before it goes out for a corner. Good job by Cam. Good job by Rovers to close down there. I would say Galley has been okay. His final touch there letting him down a little bit, as I think is probably the knock on him if you're talking from like a scouting point of view. And it's the same with Dolan, and I think that's a real issue. Both those guys just sometimes really do get tunnel vision with the ball at their feet. They don't release that final pass. So, but Galley has made a couple of nice runs, certainly. I wouldn't mind seeing Galley come back and get the ball and do that again, if I'm being honest. Ra, where can I watch the game on TV? Ra, you can go to rovers.co.uk. And if you go there, that is where you can purchase the game. or you could find it illegally on like a soccer streams website or a football streams website. There's lots of those. I don't know the best one, and you've got to be careful, but that's your illegal option. I'm just saying. I wouldn't do that, but you could do that. All right, looks like it's going to be a free kick for Rovers in what I would describe as a moderately dangerous area. Wow, 56-minute Beasley puts another one up for Blackpool, 4-0 over Birmingham. Yep, I'd rather be a car wreck than a train wreck, and that's what Rovers are right now. Rovers are a car, like a Fiat wreck, maybe. Birmingham's definitely a train wreck. Standing over it. It's going to be a left-footed free kick coming in. Dangerous, headed up and away. Can Rovers keep it in? No. Stoke tried to clear. The ball ping-pangs around, and Rothwell can't quite control it. However, does enough to stay in front of his man, and Rovers are able to get the ball on the attempted clearance. It goes over the heads on the quick left-footed cross into the box and rolls harmlessly out. Jack Bonham will have a kick for Stoke. Ouch. Diane Woods. Regarding Mad Men and smoking, I used to have the problem. I couldn't watch Ray Donovan without having a whiskey. Needless to say, I don't watch it anymore. Yeah. I know, seriously. Certain shows, man. Certain shows, bro. Certain shows. I feel you on that. All right. It's Jack Bonham here. 57-20. Millwall 2-0 over Hull. They still have a prayer. That was my dark horse, Millwall. Halfway through the year, I thought they had a real shot. That was my prayer team. In American terms, what wreck would we be? Boy, probably just like a Toyota. Nice little Toyota, maybe like a Camry. Not a train. Maybe a Toyota Camry. America, we have big cars here. We like big, giant, inefficient vehicles that are shite for the environment. It's a big thing we do here. Rovers with the ball. Nice little touch there. Dancing. That's got to be a foul. No, ref says play on. That was Gallagher again. Ball's going to go out to Nyambi on the switch. One-on-one on the right side. He's going to go right. Ball coming in across. Clipped up by Stoke. Headed down. Oh, Rothwell, does he get a foot to it? Really nice job adjusting it. That was a good header by Trav to save that and get it to the feet of Rothwell to begin with. Rovers with a little more possession here, looking a little better. And Rothwell again trying to play it into the feet of Gallagher. I don't know what happened there. He was jockeying and maybe just planted his feet the wrong way and kind of started to shift his balance, and the ball went the other way. So he was off balance and the ball rolled by. It's going to be Jack Bonham again. Have you watched Everything Everywhere All at Once yet? No. Like I was saying, Taylor, not only do I barely watch TV anymore, it's also the diffusion of media, right? And by that, I mean, there are so many shows on so many separate channels and streaming services that are debuting always at random times. And it is now, you know, it's, if you're older, it's, I think, like, not good in many ways. And this is why I don't think it's good, because at least you had, and Game of Thrones was probably the last great example of like a cultural zeitgeist type of thing where like people, everybody watched the show, you know, like everybody here watched The Sopranos, everybody watched Game of Thrones, stuff like that. And when you had less options and shows were only on at certain times, there was a shared community experience there, which we're social creatures by nature. You're talking about 50,000, 100,000 years of evolution, y'all. So I think that not sharing in that at the same time as everyone, which is a powerful thing, I think it's a lot harder. And since there's so many networks and so many shows, it's like impossible. You know, it's impossible to like watch what everyone else is watching. And that's why like trivia is harder to write too. That's why a lot of people do themed shows now, because you can't just assume that half of a room has seen a show anymore. And that would be the same here, right? Like take the 34 people in here. We cannot, with all the new shows out, pick 10 new shows. I guarantee you half the room has not seen any of them, right? But where 20 years ago, 40 years ago, obviously, you would have had a vast majority of people would have watched that show. So it's harder. I think it's harder to keep up with. I think it's harder to find things to connect with. And I think you see these type of questions all the time where people are like, have you seen this? And it's like, no, there's like a million things. How could I have seen it? This ain't back in the day. Or there's like, you know, you watch what everybody watched on a Sunday night at 8 p.m., you know, that kind of thing. So I think that actually is not as good. I think it does take away from a social communal aspect of media. That was one of the redeeming qualities of media in a lot of ways. That's why this stuff's great. That's why we still flock to sports. That's a big subconscious part of it. It's Stoke with the corner here. A very subconscious part headed down, and it's still going to be Stoke with it. Is that we're all sharing in this together. That's why we do this together. It's a communal community thing. It's a mass shared experience, which are powerful. Mass shared experiences, MSEs, are powerful things. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why we all love sports I think it's one of the reasons we love sports, even if you don't realize that's why you love it. This is why you love it. This is why we do this, what we're doing now. But so, you know, yeah, the market, exactly. The market is oversaturated. There's so many shows. Where do you even begin? You know, it is oversaturated, no doubt. And that's what I mean, though, because it's the worst case scenario is, you know, there's just oversaturation of the stuff that isn't important, that doesn't help, that doesn't better society, and a desaturation of the things that do. Affordable healthcare, good education, right? Like valuing certain things. This is how you measure a society. It's simple. The things that matter to the health of a society, namely medicine, education, mental health, diet, are more expensive. And the things that do not add to the betterment of society, sugar, sweets, giant televisions, fancy phones, a million different TV dramas, all about the same crap, right? That doesn't do anything. So the stuff that is irrelevant is cheaper, and the stuff that matters is more expensive. At least here in America, that's how it's been trending. And that is how I measure a society's health. And that is why I know we're fucked. Oh, man. Gary G says, totally agree with you about the streaming stuff. After binging during lockdown, I'm done with it and miss more limited choice and the ability to talk to people about programs from the night before. Exactly. That's why I will, and maybe it'll happen again. Obviously, Rovers still challenging, trying to get the ball in the box now. Stoke over it, and it's going to be a foul. Diaz can't believe it. The guy fell over the ball. I can't believe that either. That's what I mean, man. I miss that stuff a lot too. I think Game of Thrones was the last real show to do that. Because even other shows, you know, that are popular, I still think aren't like that level of popularity. That's what I mean. You have to now achieve like a really massive level. And I think it's really harder and harder to do. Yeah, Cobra Kai was great. Not sure many have seen it, though. Wax on, wax off, Diaz Son, right? I actually originally got YouTube Premium, called YouTube Red back then, just for Cobra Kai, because I loved just the concept of being told from where's the villain now and his perspective of how that night went. I think was really just an incredible, incredible hook. And yeah, I do like it. I mean, it exists. Cobra Kai is amazing if you just assume that it exists in an alternate universe, right? If you assume the multiverse is real and Cobra Kai exists in this like karate universe where people still love karate, then it's like amazing. If you think that Cobra Kai is like real and gritty, like The Wire or something like that, you know, then no. But if you just assume it to exist in an alternate reality, it makes it even a more enjoyable watch. Yeah. Gary G saying the Ruddy Marvel stuff continually coming out. I've switched off and reverted back to BBC, right? I know. Yeah, Yeah. Oh, really good point. Tiger King in lockdown was probably the last. Yeah, I think that was a big moment too, because it was just such a what the F are we all watching, you know? Yeah, I love Peaky Blinders. I respect that show so much. I think that might be the show after Mad Men I go back to, because I did watch some of it. And I do enjoy era television quite a bit, actually. You know, I don't watch any of like the desperate stuff or the reality stuff. Obviously, some cooking shows like Great British Bake Off, which, you know, was when I first saw it, you have to understand it was very wholesome and very earnest, and everybody was affable and well-meaning. And that was such a departure from American reality television that I immediately fell in love with Great British Bake Off. Plus, like, I had vague concepts of who some people were and blah, blah, blah. But outside of like that, I just, I really like that show for that. I think it really rewrote a way to present a show like that. And I know it's a little different over there. There's a lot more of your shows I think are less toxic, a little more wholesome. But the Great British Bake Off definitely for me was like the first time I really saw a reality show try to be sincere. And I thought that was so refreshing. 66-14 on the clock here. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Chris. I know. I'm so sorry. Nothing's happening. I know, Craig. I know. I haven't heard you mention Rovers in a minute. I'm sorry. Bradley Johnson's coming off for Bucko. There we go. So maybe Bucko will go in that deep lying role where I'd like to see him. I will start to focus on the game here now. I swear, Rovers, something has to give. We've now used 2 subs. Johnson sits down after 66 minutes today. Obviously not going to add for a ton in attack, but he was solid. He was kind of where he needed to be. And for what his skill set is, I thought Bradley Johnson played an all right game today. All right, working now. And it is Bucko, and he gets tripped from behind. There we go. Baker. Bucko's saying, where's the yellow on that? How is that not a yellow? I agree. That's ridiculous. That should be a yellow. That's dangerous. From behind. Baker's just not going to get the yellow, though. So no yellow for Baker, but Rovers in a dangerous free kick. And that was Buckley who had the ball and was looking up. What a novel idea. Look up and look for a pass. Andrew A. Yellowstone was okay. Like you said, too much saturation. I started 12 other shows. I know. That's the thing. That's the thing. Now the ref's giving another talking to. This time it's to Joe Rothwell. He's saying Joe probably didn't kick it in time. Diaz talking. Diaz rolling his eyes. Aw, Diaz. Dak's probably no. Craig Ellis, Scott Taylor. I think Dak tweaked his back at warming up at halftime. That's the word from inside Ewood. I can tell you officially, the Rovers contributors, some of the great names you know. Oh, header in, dangerous spot. It comes back out, and Rovers will keep possession. No, they won't actually. The ref waving everything off. Offside. Of course it's fucking offside. Of course it's offside. So, yeah, I can tell you from some of the Rovers contributors inside Ewood that Dak's not coming on. He did something at halftime. I think it was back related. Dak's back. Dak's not back. It's Dak's back. That's acting up. Kiel. When you become a Rovers fan, your watch along have recharged Rovers and be always positive. I really wasn't for the y'all hear, Cal? You should have heard how effing negative I was earlier, friend. And just so you know, I think it's in the first 10 minutes of the show today, Cal, I gave a very long and spun the yarn and wove the tale of how I became a Rovers fan. So, Cal, I would ask you to just rewatch like the first 10, 15 minutes. You'll find the story in there. That you'll get a really good answer if you want to go back and rewatch, friend. All right, Naive Steven is good luck charm back now from the dog. We should score any minute. I love it. Rovers have looked more positive here. Over the ball, dying. Good job there by Bucko to keep that alive. The ball's going to flare in the middle, down, over, and big save by Bonham. Gallagher had that ball, and the ball's still back. It comes back out. Nice touch by Buckley, and Trav tries a one-time volley, but it goes over. All right. The first real positive stuff there I've seen from Rovers where we actually look dangerous. Pickering put a ball and skied it in there. Just getting a hand on it was Bonham. It was a good header. Diaz beating 2-3 men, releasing the ball to Bucko. It happened to drop behind him and off, and Trav tried to one time on the volley a la 2 guy. But no. Big save by Bonham there. Dolan was right down there harassing him as well. Yeah, I think so, Brett X. Did he kick off during halftime meeting? No, I from the guys in the park, they're saying that he was out doing warm-ups and something happened to his back and he didn't look right and they thought he was grabbing his back, but they said he didn't look right. Yeah, hit the bar. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a save into the bar. I think he hit it up and it clipped the bar too. It was very close. Bonham's going to get the save there for that. That was a save. Trav waiting to tee something up. Now he's coming on the right side. It takes a wonky deflection. It's going to go out, and Lamby's going to maybe take a quick throw. 70-minute, 50-second, 51, 52. See, we talked about TV at just the right time because the game has gone live finally. Rovers just needed me to talk about something else. And it's still Rovers over the ball here now. Stoke sitting back and defending. They have everybody back. Everybody back. Here's half of my Cadbury cream egg from earlier. Should I take a bite of it still? Room temperature cream egg. Delicious. It's going to be a throw for Trav on the right side. The sun is gone here at Ewood. Cloudy days. Cloudy days for Rovers. Cloudy days so far. Bucko taking on 1, 2, 3 guys. Gets past 4 guys. And can he keep it in? No, but that should be a corner. Did it go off Bucko? He actually runs it over to Bonham. Really nice move there by Bucko. Just went out. He just couldn't get to it. Hey, Lawrence Clark, just logged on. How's it going, lad? Lawrence, great to have you in here. Brighter last 5 minutes for Rovers. In fact, the only bright 5 minutes of the match so far. So we're still 1-0 down. Bradley Dack's not going to be the hero. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, Bucko. Yes, Buckle. Bucko, I think, does better in a deeper midfield role. I just like him better there. And if you pair him with someone like Trav, who doesn't mind getting physical, I think it mitigates some of that. You know, some of probably his weakness is the physicality side. There's no doubt about it. He can get muscled off by a more physical midfield, but those eggs used to be laid by ducks, quails now. What, chocolate eggs laid by chocolate quails? Namby playing a little switch off here on the right side. And it's Trav running in now. Is he going to run on the overlap? Yes, he takes him away. It's Dolan in the middle. Dolan looking up, and he's going to flare a ball in over. Dolan's had a rough game, y'all. I love Tyrese, but this is a rough game. I think he needs to come off for Hedges. I think you put Hedges on that right side and let him do something off that left foot and take some shots. I think Hedges is a better shooter. I think he's better long-range shooter. And I think he could put more power on his shot than Dolan. I think it might be time, but I don't know. Tony Mowbray's sitting down now. Oh, he almost got up, and then he's sitting back down. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. I'm not sure I see anybody warming up. Diaz looking to win it. Nice little turn there. How's that not a foul? Come on, ref. Pickering can't believe it. Or I don't think that was Dolan. It was Dolan. Dolan can't believe it. Yeah, he's not getting it. Nothing's going his way. He's having a nightmare. Not going to lie. I know we all love Tyrese, but he's having a rough game. Sliding challenge there. I like that by Gallagher. Big Sam's had a good game here, I think. And now I think Gallies has come into this game, and he's been positive. I don't like giving out ratings. I like to say if I think a player was positive, neutral, or negative impact on the game. I think that's like how I like to view it. I think Galli's been positive. Dolan's been negative. Diaz, unfortunately, has been kind of neutral. He hasn't had the ball that much. Rothwell's looked good since he's come on. Bucko's been positive. Wharton had a blunder earlier. Yeah, I don't know if he's really made up for it quite yet. Good job, Nyambi. Finds in space Dolan. He tries the one-time cross. Not enough on it. Falls at the feet of a Stoke player. It's going to be out for a throw. Yeah, Steve, I bet Amari Bell is laughing his head off. Probably. Ha, I was just making a joke about shrinkflation. Chocolate stuff getting smaller in it. Yeah, I know. It is going to be Hedges, and it is going to be Hedges for Dolan. See, I'm not an idiot. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. There's no way I would have known that unless it makes sense. So clearly, sometimes what I'm saying makes sense. That's validation for me. But Dak not starting does not make sense. Play him the first 45. Be up 2-0. Then you sit back and relax. Yeah, shrinkflation is just, corporation mafias just taking our money because they can. 5% here, 50 cents there. That's how they get you. A little bit here, a little bit there. Nothing you can do about it either because it's all centralized. We're so dependent on so few companies that when they want to do whatever, they're allowed. It's too big to fail. Army of lawyers. There's no winning, you know, and law. There's no winning the legal law. And most everybody that works for them worked for the government or worked for the government and now works for them. As George Carlin once said, it's a big club and you ain't in it. Left-footed, low corner coming in, takes another weird deflection by Rovers. Almost lucky there. Naimi's going to chase it down and force Stoke on an errant clear, and that ball's going to go out. Lenahan's going to take a quick throw. Really good job. Lenahan, right place, right time. Good job by Naimi to work that down. Rovers on the left side. Yeah, my advice to all of you is learn how to grow your own food. Grow your own food as much as you can. Ball dropping down to Gallagher. Oh, his first touch off his chest let him down. I think he was offside anyway. Seemed offside. Nice. I'm a curly whirly man myself. Danny Gold channel. What's up, Danny Gold? ¿Qué pasa? Chacareros. Chacacero? Chacacero or ¿cómo se dice or? Chacarero. Cadbury chocolate is not what it used to be. Nothing is. It's because it's not real chocolate anymore. It's hot. It's stuff. It's wax and chemicals engineered to look a little like chocolate with lots of sugar. It's not real chocolate, you know. That's why I don't even like them normally. But you know, it's Easter. You know, got to do it. Lawrence had dreams of taking my son Henry to the playoff final 30 years after I went as 11-year-old. Oh my God. I lived in Australia for 5 years, came back in December, dreams in tatters for playoff. Damn, Lawrence Clark. That is a bummer. Because that would have been like that, you know, you missed it too. My little daughter made a cameo earlier. She's only 18 months, but, you know, that would have been something special for you. And I will say, as a dad, as a guy, as a Rovers fan, I'm bummed that kind of special moment is probably not going to happen for you now. It's because you probably deserve a special moment like that. So very sorry to hear that, bro. Bad back, bad chest, and Rovers losing. What's happening this season? Can't use my season ticket. Need to turn for the better. I take a result here. You just take a point here, just for like the pride aspect. Yeah, Jacob Carter telling us there's a 5% chance. Yeah, it feels about that, right? Oh, I got some chocolate from the Oban Chocolate Company over Easter. They were excellent. Oban is, I assume that's up in Scotland then, right? Because Oban is a Scotch. So I assume you're talking about Scotland, Steve. Is that where Oban is? Yeah, right. Seriously. Get him yellow shirt like last playoff too. Thanks for shout out. No worries, man. Dingles will. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel you on that. It's a human thing you're sharing. Well, this little space is a little different than a lot of the internet. I think we've done a really good job of building a kind of a culture here where people are, it's all about the human being. And that's nice. That's why I love doing it. Even when we're watching this sad-ass Rovers performance, 1-0 down to Stoke at 78-48, you know, it still feels moderately, it feels less sad than it would if we were watching this alone, is all I'm trying to say. I barely speak Spanish, half Chilean, born in Sweden. Wow, that's a fun combo. So what do you have, like gorgeous, thick, blonde hair? Chileans and Swedes have great hair, man. Those two peoples have some great hair. So I would assume you have great hair. If you're by some chance bald, I feel real bad for you then. Because the odds say you should have great hair. Oh, man. Rovers trying to work the ball in here. We're going to need 2 goals in about 12 minutes, folks. Diaz laying it off. Rovers looking, poking, prodding, trying to find space in the middle there. Nice turn. Oh, one away. I think it was Hardwood Bellis. Clever. And back over. And it's Stoke with the ball now. Pickering getting beat a little bit. Ball released inside. He's going to be laid off. Tries to heal. Good job. Well read by Nyambi. Yo, Andres Fisher. We were just talking about how Chileans have great hair. Look at Andres Fisher's hair in that picture. It's gorgeous. Oh, Gary G. Native Americans have the best hair. It certainly seems like it grows the best. Yeah, I know. It is pretty awesome. Have y'all ever seen that YouTube video, Stoke with a dangerous chance here? Of that dude he's a young dude. He goes to other places and just speaks the language and surprises people. Into the middle. Kaminsky gets big and makes a huge save there. And now it's Rothwell trying to get the ball back. Nice turn by Hedges on the heel flick. It's going to go back over. Hedges going to cut down and in. Yeah, he wants the ball. Gets it, calls it, lays it off. Shot coming in, dealt with comfortably, mostly comfortably by Bonham. Low, not too dangerous. Another shot for Rovers, though. Hedges already looking pretty all right. Anyway, do you guys know the video I'm talking about with this dude? He can speak like any language, and he shows up and he starts talking to people, and they love it. They're so surprised. Anyway, he did it with Native American just recently, and I think it's like really worth watching because, you know, a lot of those languages have died. Because kids don't speak them elders, they get lost. So more and more of there was a lot of different dialects and subsects of Native American language here in America, and lots of them are extinct, and it's very sad. Ball coming down and through again on the overlap. Good job. Buckley faked the little cross and tried to hit Hedges, I think. Or no, it wasn't Hedges. Hit Pickering on the overlap. Really clever, no look, and just down in front of Bonham, dealt with comfortably. Rovers definitely a little more happening here. Hedges has made a difference. Hedges has made a difference. And apparently no body hair. We win. Yeah, right. Jacob Carter, I hate to say it, but Sandish is a good manager. Yeah, of course he's a good manager. I think he could. Yeah, I think he could as well, Jacob Carter. I agree with all of this. Again, you know, I'm not cut from the same cloth. I'm not from the same pond, right? But I will say this, it's respect first all the time, except for Burnley fans. All right. But like a guy like Dyche, like I respect his ability more than I do. I'm gonna, you know, than I do hate him. Same for like Steelers coach Mike Tomlin. Like I just respect that man. It's the fans that are disgusting that I don't respect, you know. Gross. And certain players. Good challenge there, but took a lucky bounce to Stoke, and he's going to get released. Rovers have to sprint back, lots of space. It's basically a 3-on-4. Good job, good block. Was that Trav who got all the way back there? That's incredible if it was. Great work. Ball coming in now. Rovers definitely looking better too, just working the ball in the midfield. This shift and change is where we should have been at the beginning here. There you go. Down around the left side. It's going to be a foot race on the left side. Space. Cutting back in. Diaz is going to take a shot and off the crossbar. Diaz, the birthday goal eludes him. It was Gallagher, not Diaz. Sorry. They look the same sometimes on my tiny-ass computer. Oh, it was Gallagher again. He's been so positive today. I almost just owed Rovers Chat a $5. Took it back on his right. Just off the crossbar. I thought that was it. Oh. Oh, Peterborough staying up. 77-88 beep boop, my fellow droid. Look at this man bun guy. This guy looks like he could be an extra on The Last Kingdom or Game of Thrones. He doesn't look like a football player. Yeah, right. Seriously. Place saying, I'm so depressed with this side. I've been how to play like shite for like weeks on and months at then now. Yeah, I do like my hair. Good for you, bro. Amen. Yes, I did know that, Zach. I did know he was born in Stoke-on-Trent. And unlike 99% of Americans, I actually kind of know what that means and kind of know where that is. Oh, Mertz. Getting beat by poor Stoke is just embarrassing. Must have other ideas and game plans. He's been manager long enough. Absolutely frustrating to witness these performances every week with no change. I agree, and it's how he starts. Here's 84-34 on the clock. It's 1-0. It's obvious Peterborough up 2-0 over Barnsley. Kent with another one. We're helping Peterborough stay up with giving them that belief. We play better in the second half of games recently because we're changing what we're doing and we're changing our personnel. And if we had those initial changes or a similar initial change to then what we're starting with, we would be more positive longer. So I'm laying at the feet of Tony Mowbray. I'm laying at the feet of Tony Mowbray, his formations and tactics to start the game. They're obviously not working. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I've heard too. That's Hedges laying it off. I like it. Rothwell's going to run. He's going to run a 2-3 players, release it out. Trav's going to get a cross in. I like it. Dangerous coming across. Oh, and just missing. I think it was Gallagher. It was. Pop goes to the balloon today again. I know, Rory rolling. I got closing questions for y'all, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining today, by the way, Rovers Chat. We've got some plans coming. Don't forget about our website, too, roverschat.com. We write articles, y'all. If you just want to read an article, if you want to read about today's match, check out roverschat.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know everybody asks you that, and just hearing the phrase, don't forget to like and subscribe, is almost triggering for me at this point because everybody says it. But just know I appreciate you. And if you want to show your appreciation, you already did by showing up and hanging out here. So you want to like that button, you can. You want to make out with that subscribe button, you can. Do y'all say make out, by the way? What's English for like kissing? Rothwell and Nyambi working a little overlap here on the right side. Rovers looking dangerous again. The desperation is there, obviously. Nyambi's going to get that ball one away. Do y'all say make out as in to mean to French kiss a lot and maybe some heavy petting? You know, making out. Is that a thing? What do you all call it over there? I don't even know if young kids call it making out. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40. I don't know. We would say make out. Yeah, we made out. You know, snogging. Yeah, that's right. It's just a snog. I remember from Peep Show. Mark, a snog is hardly an affair. Yeah, we don't say. I didn't think so. Snog. Yeah, that makes more sense. Time on the clock, 87:13, Gary G. Hey, thanks, Danny Go. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Steve's very funny, Ryan. Love Steve here. Rovers Chat legend. Yeah, snog. So would you say, yeah, we snogged? Would you say, yeah, I met someone? Oh, yeah, it got hot. We were snogging on the balcony. Like, is that how you would say it? Like we were snogging? We snogged? Can we just snog tonight? Is that like proper usage? Big tonguey. That's great. Ball coming over here. Dangerous moment. I like it. Kept in. Pickering doing everything he can to keep that ball in. I love it. Getting the Rovers players tried to turn. He was late. That was just well read by Stoke. Yeah, we do have enough time for 2 goals. You're correct. I mean, technically, there's enough time for 5 goals, but we won't probably see any. Oh, so much space in the back now. Stoke. Space everywhere. Rovers struggling to get back. Shot parried by Kaminsky. Big save. Almost getting his own rebound and shooting again, but no. Deflected by Rovers, and now Rovers are going to have to turn and attack. 88:30 on the clock. This will be mathematically the end of the season for Rovers. It was win and cross your fingers here today is what we needed. We needed a win, and we needed to cross our fingers that we got results elsewhere. And that was kind of the mode we were set up to live out these next few matches in. We were going to close the season on the win and cross your fingers. Instead, it really looks like we're gonna end the season on these are meaningless games. Where do we go from here? Diaz with another shot, a deflection. He can't believe it. Just bodies everywhere. Eves giving a goal for a hole there, so Millwall only up 2-1. I take a goal and then a Sheffield United loss. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. See, Dan Wood saying stuck in the 90s. I don't think snogging's popular either. Dan Woods, what do young... Come on, is there not like a 21-year-old in here? Is there not like a 25-year-old in here somewhere? I know there's young people in here that say that us old men demand to know how young people talk about kissing. If these young people would just tell me the vernacular they use, I would look not as embarrassing as I do now in my old man voice. Necking. Yeah, there you go. Necking. Steve, you're older than me. You don't know. That's what you said. That's what your generation said. Come on. Somebody young in here. That was a good voice. Yeah, you like that? My old man voice? Where are you going, Billy? Billy, come back here. I dropped my glasses and now I can't find them. I can't see. Billy, did you take my TV guide? Yeah, there you go. I feel old already. Just wait, bro. Wait, one day you're going to wake up and your back is going to be so sore, or your thumb is not going to work, right? And you're going to go, what the fuck did I do? Did I do something? And then you're going to go ask your doctor, be like, I don't know what's wrong. I can't use my thumb. I think maybe I ripped a tendon, or maybe I pulled a muscle. I don't know. And he's going to feel it and go, no, that's just tendonitis. You're old now. And then you're going to go, well, what do I do about it? And he goes, nothing. You're old now. This is what your body does. So I know you feel old already, but I promise, if you feel physically okay, enjoy that while you can. Yeah, Craig Ellis, another pathetic performance. Bye-bye, Mowbray. It's over now. I'm so sick of, we should have canned him. Here's the thing with this crap about, and I'm directly talking to Rovers contributors too here. What are we at? 219 mark? Good. 220. Here's the thing about the let him play out the year. What harm could it do? And blah, blah, blah. Just let an interim coach take over. Get him out of that locker room. It's pathetic. This performance is pathetic. The team has given up. His tactics are garbage. They didn't work. They haven't worked for months. He hasn't been able to figure it out. He's failed at his job. He was given players at the window that he wanted. He got a bigger squad like he wanted. Rovers in. It's a shot. Oh, and another shot, and just wide of the post again. Big save by Bonham. And then the second shot. 4 minutes of added time. We got 2 minutes left. So no, Mowbray has failed. And when you fail at this level for this long, at this magnitude, it was Hedges who almost got the goal. I would have loved to see that. You should get fired. It's that simple. It's called accountability. No other job does someone keep their job as long as Mowbray had. And I know the reasons, because y'all are scarred and traumatized. We're traumatized from what Venky's did. We're traumatized about feeling the same stuff we felt during the era of you-know-who, Voldemort and the like, right? We don't want that uncertainty. But I'm going to tell you all this, and this is, you better take this and carry it with you in every part of life, including relationships. Staying in a bad, crappy, loveless, depressing relationship that isn't getting you anywhere because you're afraid that being alone is worse, it's not worse. You'll never find the relationship you're supposed to be in. You'll never find the best version of yourself, and you'll never grow into all of your potential by being afraid to take risks, especially when it comes to professional risks and personal relationship risks. So if you're miserable right now in a relationship and you know you don't love that person, but you don't want to die alone, too effing bad. Get out of it. Get out there and find somebody. I promise you, you won't. Because I was in a really bad relationship. It was very toxic, and I thought I was going to stay in it forever. I mean, she literally cut a chunk of my finger off with my mom's knife in my mom's kitchen. And I was like, well, this is just my life for the rest of my life. This is what we do, right? That's literally where I was at in my head. We got back together 2 different times because I was, afraid that maybe I made a mistake, or I didn't want to. What if it's worse? Whistle blown. That's the season. That's Rovers season. So listen, we got to get rid of this guy. We should have got rid of him after last week and had an interim come in. The season's done for Rovers. Mowbray should be out. He doesn't deserve. I don't care what he did. He stabilized us, got us good. I agree. He took us far. And you know what? We rewarded him. He's the longest tenured manager right now in the championship, one of them. We gave him the time. We gave him this season. We gave him the results. We gave him the last week. We gave him the last month. Get him out and just let these guys play free for the last 2 games, because it's the last 2 games, last 3 games for a couple of these guys here. Guys that grew up here, guys that played throughout the academy, their entire lives have been Blackburn Rovers. And honestly, they deserve to play a freeing, decent match with a decent look on their face so they can go out on their own terms. And I don't think that they're capable of doing that with Tony Mowbray as their manager. I don't. And I think this right here, this game in front of these fans that paid all this money and all these people that worked their ass off all week, look, I mean, Gallagher's applauding. He was positive today, but it's honestly pathetic. And Tony Mowbray owes the fans an apology. He owes you an apology. He owes barely me, but he owes you an apology. And he owes an apology to everybody that just came on a Monday to Ewood. He really does. The first thing out of his mouth shouldn't be, we didn't get the results we wanted. And, some things didn't go our way, and it's a frustrating result, and the players know that, and they know they've got to get better and blah. I don't give a shit about any of that. I want to hear Mowbray go, I failed the boys today. I failed the fans, and I'm really sorry. That's not what these guys deserve, and that's not what the fans deserve. And it's on me because I'm the leader of this team, and it starts with me. That's all I want him to say. One time, I want him to look at us and be friggin' honest and hold himself accountable. Instead, we're going to get there were opportunities and stupid. I haven't read a single one of your comments. I don't even know who's still here. I haven't even looked up at the screen. I'm sorry I'm ranting. It's just, I'm so emotional about this right now because it's so disappointing. And the players are young. And you know what? It's different because you get to know these players. They're not like 30, 40, $80 million athletes that don't give a crap about you and live in a completely different planet. These dudes live down the streets. They knock on the doors and visit kids. They go to hospitals. They sit around. They sign autographs. They're part of the community, and they're young men, and they deserved better than what Tony Mowbray gave them this month, the month of April, the spaghetti years. They deserve better. That's what's frustrating, is that these young guys deserve better than what Tony Mowbray has given them. And the fans deserve better as well, which is why I want an apology from him. And if he does and says any other crap that sounds like the same crap other than an apology, I swear, I don't know if I'll do the next watch along. I will, because I love all of you. But I don't, that's all I got to say. I think I'm done. Anybody got anything you want to say? Game's over. Let me know. Other than that, I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great week. Let's read some of your comments real quick after that game. You deserve to have your voices heard too. People deserve to know what you're doing. What did you do with that thumb, Jared? I don't know. What did I do? I was subconsciously, I don't know. Here. My back hurt. It was just once because I was stretching for something so fast. The Venkies kept Steve King 8 years past his use by. Mowbray won't be going anywhere, unfortunately. Maybe they've learned their lessons, though. Maybe they've grown, Andrew, the spaghetti years. Spaghetti man. The spaghetti man. Meowbray, perfect send-off to get lost to you, pussy. Failed is when you were heading back into League One. Okay, Ryan, and that is a good point. But if you're sitting second in the table and all you have to do is make the playoffs is not finish in the bottom four, right? If you think about the points, if you just finish anywhere from 18th in the table up for 4 months, that was his job. Remember this changed. His job starting in January was to not finish lower than 18th in the table. Because if you look at the form table, 18th, the amount of points 18th have, we'd still be in the playoffs as the 18th worst team. So no, his goal was to not have this team be the 18th worst team. And instead, we are, with Peterborough's win today, guess where we're at in the form table? Last. Dead last. Behind Peterborough. We are the worst team in the league since January. He has failed. That's 4 months of the worst team in the league, pretty much. Or one of them. That is a failure to have that happen. Fact. List of players we will lose. Diaz, Rothel, Lenahan, Nambi. All our loans next season will be rough. Maybe. I'm looking forward to Marconde. Looking forward to some other young players. You're right, though. I'm sure, Huddersfield, Luton felt the same way, and look where they are, though. To be fair, I thought we'd get relegated with the squad. It's a great season. Chilling with you guys has been good. I agree. And I agree with that. I agree I agree, Ryan, where we all thought we might not even be nobody really even thought we were finishing top half. That was optimistic. So, and it looks like we still might finish top half, but it's the context of the last 4 months. Yeah, stretching is important, training is important. Amen, Danny. Hope you feel better. What is the best version of ourselves? If we don't have a budget, so it's hard to understand. Yes. What our expectation really is. What are we capable of achieving with the budget we have? These are great questions, 7788. I respect these questions. And I respect you. And I would say, again, with this roster and this budget and where we were, what we were capable of achieving was to play decent football and qualify for the playoffs. That's what we were capable of. We don't have a budget, but that didn't stop us this year right here, right, from having this chance. This was our chance, too, to also save Rovers' finances. Like, that's where I agree with you. So I think that's why it's a failure, because the best version of ourselves, we're a club that can make the playoffs. The budget for this year was already settled. We had the squad. Our expectations were playoffs after we had gotten all the way up in the second. And Venky's tried to tell us, we'll all get money if we do. And what are we capable of achieving with the budget we have? Well, I don't know about next year, but I could say that it looks like the championship, the way it is, it's just going to be wide open unless you have parachute payments. I think the future of the championship, I think the quality's gone down a little bit. I think the quality of the refereeing has definitely gone down. And I think you're going to see a wide open field outside of a few relegated clubs. Outside of the parachute payment clubs, there's going to be a whole lot of teams fighting for those spots. And I think the difference is, if you look at what some managers have done with limited skill and limited rosters, is it's about belief and it's about tactics, and those two things go a long way. So I hope that maybe answers your question a little bit. Yeah, GG, have a good one anyway. Till next time. Love you. See ya. Steve, Adolf Hitler birthday. My birthday is next Saturday. My wife also shares a birthday with Vlad Putin. We are a perfect match. That is insane. Thank you for that, Steve. All right, I'm going to read these last ones, then I'm bouncing, y'all. I got to go get Lily and stuff. Say that now. Who exactly do you think wants to do this job and who would do better? I agree, Ryan. Look, man, I'm just emotional. You're right. I'm not thinking long-term, and I'm not a qualified individual who can sit back and say that. And I don't know enough about the coaching pool over there to really say anything onto this. So I'm not going to talk smack or argue or anything. I feel you, bro. I'm just letting you know I'm just venting my emotions to you because I feel like I can. All right. And I get that a lot of what I'm saying is short-sighted. And if you think a lot of what I'm saying might be wrong or incorrect, that's fine. This is just how I feel. Very raw, very open. It's a human thing. It's a human experience. And I just need to trust you that you trust me that this is how I feel. And I'm not saying all this for any other reason other than to get it off my chest. Because I've done a lot of these. I feel like I put in a lot of work. And to see this not happen is frustrating, considering how much time we've all spent together doing this. So, no, I have to disagree. That's fair. You do your thing, bro. Even when we were doing it well, it's clear they weren't keeping Mowbray past the end of the season. I think he knew that, and so the passion was never there. I think that's possible. We did have chats about that, Hoovers, too. We did have chats about Mowbray and everything going on and how it felt like that. Chloe's saying, man, this disappointing feeling is the worst. So miserable. I'll still be coming to watch-alongs. Thank you, Chloe. Anyway, thanks for creating community here, Jerry. Cheers me up at times like this. Me too. Now that I've vented, me too. I am excited, and we're going to have some, now that we're mathematically out, I think, probably, we're going to have some weird fun, y'all. It's going to get weird the last 3 watch-alongs, I promise. Hedges look good. I agree. That 5 at the back made him look bad. Thanks for the video. Seasons does. Bye for now. Bye, Lawrence. Good luck to you. Good best of health to you, your son, and your family, okay? You have the right to rant. No worry. It'll keep you calm. I think so, too. I'd say the owner's given very little to work with. Yeah, I agree. It's also, though, a product of the championship where most clubs aren't making money. Let's face facts, right? And so it's Rovers' fault in a way and Venky's fault in a way. Obviously, the finances, we don't want to get into all that right now. But it's also part of a larger systemic issue in the tiers of English football, I think, right now. TM does not owe an apology. That is everything wrong with the modern game not being realistic about who we are. That's fair. Do you think, though, that Tony's coaching performance, Ryan, over especially the last 2 games, was good enough? And do you feel like, for you personally at work, if you don't do a good job for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, let's call it a month, all right? If you don't do a good job for a month at work and people are disappointed, would you apologize to them? Or would you just tell them you're not being realistic with your expectations? Because the weird part about expectations they are reality to the person, right? Their expectations are their reality. And if their expectations are different than what you'd like them to be, that's just what it is. It's harder to change their expectations than it is to understand that that's their reality, right? So I think that here's Rovers' results. since March 19th. 1-0 loss, 2-2 draw, 1-1 draw, 2-1 loss, 1-0 loss. 2 points from 5 games, 2 losses in a row, 3 of 5 losses. Only 1 win since March 5th. Only 2 wins since January when we had like a kind of decent month. So the wheels came off, and I think that Mowbray does have a responsibility for how that occurred. That's what I'll say, Ryan. But Ryan, I hope you know there's no hard feelings. I don't feel like you're not having animosity. I like discussing this stuff with you. All right. Just so you know, that's how I feel. I'm glad to see it like that. I'm glad to hear what you're saying. And I respect what you're saying. And I like that it's different because it is helping me look at things in a more holistic sense. So I do appreciate you for that. All right. Anything else? Most first of the day, we start soil driven by the end. Peter Alex can't. Yeah. Yep. Thanks, Andrew Mullen. See ya. Thank you. I know I will. You know I will. Yeah, good. Thank you, Fisher. Appreciate that, Brad. Yeah. I think the coach bump might have helped. Yep. Dice, exactly. Dice with Burndy, Howard Kendall. Yep. Exactly. Yes. Take care of your family. Thank you. Thank you, Tony, Joe, Bren. Let's not remember what happened. We got rid of Boyer. Yeah, I know. Again, though, you can't let that past trauma. You've got to be bold and make decisions now. Can't let past relationships stop you from getting into new relationships. It's no way to live. I don't know how Mowbray has kept his job since bad run from Swansea. He kept this rubbish system with no central strikers. Has to go now or he would burn. I think he'll go out the offseason. I think Indian culture is a little different than American culture. I think obviously I'm very heated. Obviously we wear our emotions on our sleeves. Obviously we react strongly to things. Obviously, chess is not our strong point. We're more checkers players. I'm fulfilling all the American stereotypes right now. I think the Venkies will be a little more patient and a little more tactful, and I think they'll wait till the offseason to let him go. That's why I want to do it now, though, Steve. To Steve's point, I want to get a head start and get managers now. The thing is, writing's on the wall with the back 5 formation. It's early Fab. How has he not learned from mistakes back 4? So yeah, when we switch out of the back 5 halfway through matches, we play better. Do we not, Gallagher? That's the problem. Makes sense about the form. Can't say you would have taken top half at this stage. Yeah, has to go. Luton is less of a budget than Rovers. Exactly. Where are they right now? Thank you, Matt. We overachieved being in second. Our views of position have been distorted. Yes. I'm as frustrated by Moby's game management as the next person, but be careful what we wish for. Understood. Cough, Boyer. Yeah, I understood. But again, this is you can't let past bad decisions affect you from making what could be a good decision out of fear of it also being bad. You know, enough is enough. Fair. Daniel Farco would be a good replacement from Fraudbray. Can't wait to see what Ryan Hildred has to say. Me too. Love the Rovers chat, boys. Who do you think we bring in? Rory and Roland, you know, I like there are some of the suggestions in here. And until I do more research, I'm not going to talk out of turn on that. That's one area I don't have a big strength in, okay? So I don't want to talk blow smoke, all right? Yeah, it's going to get weird, Buckle. I promise you we're going to have weird fun. Everybody, thank you for letting me rant. I'm glad y'all are in here chatting a bit. Yeah, amen. You're all great. Yeah, right. I appreciate everyone. Like, subscribe, do what you do, support us, follow us on social media, our website. And of course, lastly, don't forget about an evening with Colin Hendry. That's Friday, June 24th. You can check that out on our website. You could get tickets. It's going to be an awesome time. Fact. We're going to get weird next week for the next watch along. Rovers are out, but we still have something to play for. It's called Pride. We all appreciate you here at Rovers Chat. Thank you all so very much for watching today. Have a great week, everybody. Oh, what is this? There we go.
The Rovers Chat YouTube channel is proudly sponsored by 6yardsout.com. They've got retro football from every era with mugs, phone cases and much more. They also have plenty of Rovers goods, including apparel with the famous 94-95 season and this season's kit. Check them out using the link in the description below.